Good evening, and welcome back to another edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. I am your host, the one and only talent, El Idolo Deportivo Taylor. Boy, it's another Fuego day in the hottest city in the world. But you know what we say here, regardless of the time and regardless of the weather, it's always a blast on the MyT Sports Podcast. Hey, yo, coach, help me out in here so we get the podcast started and stir this up.
Ready to win the game. Hello.
That is going to be the motto for today. You play to win these games. So let's stir this motherfucker up. I ain't get this shit started. So let's start talking. Woo! Back at it like a sports fanatic. My team sports. Oh man, have a beautiful day. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourself. Hope it's been a wonderful holiday for you. I hope you guys got, everything that you've been, at least the majority of the stuff, right? Let's hope you guys got all that taken care of. We got a big show for you guys today. I really hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys are like super ready. Like I was already, fish and spaghetti kind of ready. Excuse me. But you know what we like to do here on the Mighty Sports Podcast. We like to start off every single show with a little birthday party, right? And what we do in this birthday party is that we give a shout out to everybody that had a birthday since the last time that we was on the air. So let's go ahead and start giving these. Let's start giving these shout outs out. Ooh, we on the blue tree already? Nah, let's go ahead and get that blue check out there. Let's go ahead and give these birthday shout. We got a couple of birthdays, right? Hey, yo, DJ MyT, do me a favor. Go ahead and drop that birthday beat. I like that. Yeah. Hope you guys are ready. This is what we do here on the MyT Sports Podcast. We start off every single show with a nice little birthday party, right? And then the birthday party, right? Listen, this is all we do here, right? We do what's necessary. We do what you're supposed to do. Right? We do what's only right when you got a bunch of people that you know, right? And that is that we like to give them a little birthday shout out, give them a little birthday wish, right? Make sure that they know that they are not forgotten on their birthday. Like it's really that simple. And I have to remind you guys, I am gonna have to remind you guys that the way for you to get the birthday shout out is to make sure that you go ahead and you go ahead and you have to be one of my Facebook friends. Let's just go ahead and make it simple. I don't remember these birthdays off the top of my head, so you're gonna have to really be a Facebook friend of mine, right? Also on top of it, I know you guys are listening, right? You guys know people that had a birthday on Saturday, on Sunday, and even today. So go ahead and start dropping their names in the comment section, right? And we will go ahead and give them their birthday shout outs as well too. It's really that simple. We're going to give you guys a little bit of time. Go ahead and enjoy the music. All right. Oh, I see them coming in. You know what? It's not happening the way I want to. Okay, right? Like that? I like that. Who's that? I like that because, yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. It's your birthday. Because it's your birthday. We sing happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right, let's go ahead and give it out. Well, we do a little birthday shout. Everybody had a birthday since the last time we was on the air, right? The last time we was on the air, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 birthdays. We got 5 birthday shout outs that we have to give up. Right? So let's start off with the first one, right? We got birthdays for the 24th. Alright? Which was on Saturday. And listen, I'm gonna open. Listen, let's get this out the way first. I'm hoping all of you guys had a good opportunity to enjoy your birthday weekend. Like, not only did your birthday land on Christmas weekend, right? But also, you heard what I said. We're talking about birthdays of the weekend. So I'm expecting, if you guys didn't go out, that has to be whatever. If you guys did not go out for your birthdays, then I'm hoping that you at least had the opportunity to spend it with families and friends. All right? And really get the opportunity to really enjoy yourselves out there. Hold on, Angie. Thank you, Angie. I appreciate that. I see Angie watching. I'm trying to give you birthday shout outs out. Let's take it from the tippity top, right? So let's go ahead on the 24th, right? We got birthdays for the 24th. Right? We got big birthday. Big my boy Jim Ezel. Jim Ezel happens to be one of the local entertainment in the area, right? If you need karaoke, if you need pop and things like that, holla at Jimmy. Like that. That's why I met Jim at over at Sharky's. We surprise people I met at Sharky's. Right? I need to tell them though. Happy birthday, shout out, birthday shout out, big birthday shout out, big birthday shout out to Jimmy. So then we gotta say happy birthday to basketball teams, right? Yo, Rob, what's going on, baby boy? Yeah, that's what the that's my little primo right there. You get old as fuck, why? You really go. Like, listen, you got to put in that just for men. Great to see you. I want to say happy birthday to little cuz, right? Happy birthday. I was birthday for the 24th. That was yesterday. That was Saturday. We had a birthday yesterday, right? Right? And the birthday that we had for yesterday goes out to one Susan Rodriguez, right? We got a birthday for Susan Rodriguez. Susan Rodriguez. I'm trying to get this right. I either serve with her or I serve with her husband. I'm trying to remember. I think I served with her. So if you're married to her, I think you're married to her. Your name will be not that. Let's just hold on to the last name for Facebook birthday. That's what I do. Well, let's go. I know Susan Rodriguez is my army lady, so we're talking about well, right? With well over 16 years out of I've known Susan, right? Let's say happy birthday to you, right? Then we get to today. And that's what we saw pop up already, right? So we saw one of them pop up today for birthday shots for today. I see you popping in there. I see you popping in there. Right? Because you guys hit the jackpot. We got a birthday shot today for my home girl. We got also, right? I just say Vivian, right? She's about to that's understandable, right? Like her and her husband, Mike, they dropped a hit single. And you guys know, like, once you drop that first plaque, like you don't really go back, you don't really go out like you used to. You don't see the crew like you used to. Things happen, we get it. Even though I think I ran into a hard show. Maybe not, be mistaken. Be mistaken. I want to say happy birthday to Viv, right? But also, very last happy birthday to give a birthday shout out to, right? Very last birthday to give us birthday shout out to is going to be to Angie Washington, right? One of my home girls that I met when I was in Indiana, right? Indianapolis, Indiana. So I want to say happy birthday to Angie as well. All right, let's go ahead and round them up. Let's go ahead and round them up. Get them all in here, right? All of you, right? To Jim and to Rob and to Susan and to Viv and to Angie. We want to wish you all a happy birthday. You party hard. You enjoy everything. You regret nothing. Definitely had a Merry Christmas. You get your weekend at Bernie's on. You got your weekend at Bernie's on, and you continue to stay MyT. Cut that out. as you guys know in the MyT Sports Podcast, I always like to try to have some kind of sporting event on the background as we talk about this podcast. Right now, as you guys can see, right, I am Brooklyn out today, so I can only mean one thing. I only can mean one thing. The Brooklyn boys is in the house tonight. You understand? So we got the Brooklyn Nets playing against Cleveland Cavaliers, which is great for the pod too, right? Because my senior Ohio correspondent, right? You guys know him, hear about him all the time. Chill Will, he's from Cleveland. That's his team. So anytime that we get to beef, anytime that we get to battle a little bit, you know what I mean? We get to go back and forth and talk shit outside of like John Moran when he sees someone standing at the Sorry. Oh man, I was opening up the IG so I could send Buddy a message. I could send Chill a message since our teams are playing, and no doubt I seen some funny shit. Cause it's about John Moran. I don't even know if I want to break directly. First, let me wish you all a Merry Christmas, right? And then we'll break it to John Moran just for a little bit, because that is funny. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Hope everybody has had a wonderful holiday. You know what I mean? Hope you got all the presents. For you little people out there, definitely. I hope you got all of you were good little boys and girls out there. Hope you got all the presents you deserve. And I always like to say deserve, because that's the key word in there, right? The present that you deserve, not the present that you think you should have gotten, right? Not the present that you wanted. The present that you wholeheartedly deserve based off of your actions the whole entire year. That's what I'm talking about. Right? Like this ain't no poppy show. Like you ain't just getting shit for free. Ooh, my baby's on. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, listen, every time I see her, she just does something to me. Like, I can't help it. I really can't. Okay, where's this group at with the boys so that we can get focused? All right. Live right now. Alrighty. There we go. I got that message out to them. Let's go ahead. But John Moran, right? That's what we got. Okay, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to all. Merry Christmas to all. We'll have another show before the new year, so you guys will hear us regularly. The way that, you know what I mean, like nothing's gonna change really. We'll be on here Wednesday, Friday, as normal. When is New Year's? That's like on another Monday or something. Like yeah, so we're gonna be good. Right, nothing's gonna change here on the podcast. We'll be on, and more importantly, is that we'll be live for the episode 500, January 5th. That's the big one. That's the big one that you guys are gonna want to be here for. You guys are definitely gonna want to check that out. Like, seriously, check it out. Check it out. Episode 500. Because can you guys believe that we are here already? Where we at? We at track. Sorry, I should say track 5. But this is track 496 right now. 4 more tracks to go. It's 500 releases, and that's not counting bonus episodes. That's what you guys know. That's not counting bonus episodes. Where you understand, like there's a couple of lost tapes out there. And we got more than 500 tracks. But you understand, that's over 500 hours. And I'm being light about that because, who am I joking? Because the first season wasn't always an hour. You got like a 15-minute show here, 30-minute show there. But listen, I already know that it's well over 500 hours. I know I'm pushing over, like I'm pushing close to like 1,000 hours of podding, like all together of recording. Because these shows these last couple of years have all been 3 hours long, right? For at least the last 100 episodes plus. I mean, almost last 2 episodes. So we pushing some major digital weight over here. You make sure you guys sign up for the MyT Sports Podcast, right? Make sure you give a like, right? You share it so you're the only one listening to it, so you don't sound all crazy. I'm about to turn up the lights real quick, right? No candles needed. No candles needed. Your boy got bright as shit. Ooh. Hit me with the ooh. I like as bright as ooh. Let's get it. Let's continue to get it. I hope you guys really enjoyed your Christmas. I did. I had the opportunity to see the nephews. I had the opportunity to see my nieces. I don't got no kids. 41 years old, got no kids, living a good life. I'm sure. No, listen, it is very peaceful. It has been very peaceful, and there are times when I see like my brothers and them and their little peoples, and I'm like, damn. I wish I had a little reckless motherfucker to come and throwing this mix with y'all. You know what I mean? Just so they could all be grown up together. Like, you understand? Like that shit is real. Like baby pressure is real. Like I don't even care about it so much. Like yo, is it like I ain't even think about it, but yo, now that all my homeboys, like I just now, like listen, like, we're all old as fuck, but now that they all of having kids, but I'm like, damn. I want to throw a little. I want to throw my hit single into the mix. I want to step into the lab and you know what I mean, and drop a hot 16 real quick. See if we get a platinum plaque out of it. So you're gonna get from me 16 minutes of pumps. That's it. This if you look 17. I really stretch out for that last minute. Actually, that last minute is more of just me just like just sitting in there. Just I don't move. Don't move. Told you not to move, don't move. Especially for days wet in your cage, like a sprinkler. Maybe the dish. I'm here to save a day. Solomon was wiser. I got 50 of them. Man, that Ghostface album, you guys don't even know. Ghostface album, Bulletproof Wallets. Go listen. I keep telling you, it's one of my most slept on albums of that year. And that's because that year, the rap world was flooded with Blueprint and Stillmatic. So I feel like that year, everything else got overshadowed. But go listen to that Ghostface Bulletproof Wallets. Heel, toe, now forward, now back, hop. Those showers is the end. Yo, seriously, go listen to it. It's the album, slept on album of that year. But let's continue to move forward. Right? We got some Christmas games. That's my best part about Christmas. Like, okay, it's my second favorite thing about Christmas. Right? As a full-blown adult, I mean, I enjoy seeing the fam, right? Like, everybody enjoys seeing the fam, right? Spend some time with your little nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters, cousins, you know what I mean? Aunties, uncles, stuff like that. You get to see everybody, you get to chill, get to relax, eat some good food, you know what I mean? Do some karaoke, play drink or die, whatever you guys do. Play some dominoes, some ludi. See, don't ever test my rations, right? Don't ever test my metal. Like I said, lift up my shirt. You know what I mean? All mammal. Don't forget that. We play Ludi for you people that know what Ludi is. For the people that don't, right? The makers of Sorry took the game Ludi from the islands and made it their own game. Just to let you know. Because before the game Sorry ever came out, Jamaicans, I can't talk about anybody else, but we all know that for eons, but for eons, it's always I'm not gonna pin this how most people normally pin this. We know for eons, right? What generally happens is that while one person is thinking inside the box, another person may be thinking outside the box. And while my own person may have, and while Jamaicans, I feel like they've been playing this game forever, never thought to fully capitalize on it or sell it to the right, market it to the right, whoever it needed to get to. Somebody sees it, they change a couple of things, you know, think couple of things around. They call it Sorry, sell it to the Nabisco people. I know that's the people that do crackers, you know, cookies. You know what I'm saying? Sell it to the Nabisco people, the Toyco people, the Acme. You know what? That's even better. The Acme company. They sell it to the Acme company. Next thing you know, we have Sorry. Well, Jamaica's been playing this for decades, centuries. I'm gonna say centuries. Like, fuck it. I'm gonna be reckless with this one. We played that shit for centuries. But no, it's good seeing the fam. But really, the real blessing, and I'm gonna tell you how short my memory I have, right? The real blessing, and I already forgot about John Moran, so I already told you how short my memory is. Look, the real blessing is being able to watch basketball all day. That is truly the number one thing that I look forward to when it comes to Christmas Day. Because it doesn't matter because basketball being on for 12 straight hours means that I technically really don't have to go anywhere if I don't want to. I can put one TV on the games, right? I can on the other TV, I could be playing Xbox, and on the third TV, this one, I'll do some other stuff that we'll talk about later. We'll talk about those disrespectful motherfuckers later, because it was disrespect. Like, let's not get it twisted. Like, it was complete disrespect that what's been happening over the last couple of years. But I get it. And we're going to talk about that later. I think that's the right row. Is this the right row? I think it's the right row. Yep, that's the right one. So, I enjoy Christmas just because of that. I eat food, and I get to watch the games. And we had what was it, 5 games. As a Knicks fan, we have been blessed to get this noon game for God knows how long, right? I don't even know how long it is. Like, honestly, this is one of those times I wouldn't have mind just seeing any New York team play in this spot, because both New York teams are actually pretty decent. I gotta write this down too. There's something I've been wanting. You know what? I'm gonna talk about this one on. This is a topic that I want to talk about Brooklyn, right? That revolves around Kyrie Irving. But I think I'm going to reserve talking about that on Wednesday's podcast when we're live at Sharky's. Don't you guys forget, live at Sharky's every single Wednesday. Ladies drink free, 9 to 10. And then it's 2 for 1 for 10 to 12. They have, like I said, we have the MyT trivia that goes on where you can win your raffle, where you can win your prizes. The podcast is going on from 8:07 to 11:07. And even though DJ Scepter is no longer there, they are in negotiations with getting another DJ back on there on Wednesday nights. So another DJ is coming. And don't forget that episode 500 will be live from Sharky's on January 4th as well. This is something that you don't want to miss. And then, again, ladies drink free, 9 to 10. Ladies drink free, 9 to 10. Ladies drink free, 9 to 10. So, my fellas, tell your homegirl. Like, I know you're like, oh, shit. Start with the beginning. Tell your homegirls, so that they can tell all of their homegirls, so they can get more ladies in there first. And then you come in there with your sausage party. Don't come in there with the sausage fest, thinking that ladies drink free 9 to 10, and not, listen, if you're going to come there, dudes, bring 3 women with you. That's it. That's real simple. For every one dude, you need to bring 3 chicks with you. As I'm gonna start calling y'all and stop you. Hey, slow down now, slow down. Don't do that. Don't do that. You haven't met the requirement. I'm gonna need you to go back and get 2 more broads. I understand this is your only bro. Go get her 2 sisters. This is why I tell you, when you tell your girl or you tell your home girl, you have to, because make sure you tell her to tell, because when you go there, my guy, you gotta come with at least 2 broads, 3 broads, 3 women. Sorry. Like, that's the. There's some. Like, I know I'm not the only one. There's some parts of you, right, in your lexicon and your patterns, your mannerisms, that is super old school still. And then there's some parts of you that is beyond super old school. It's still kind of borderline offensive. And like, damn it, I shouldn't be calling women broads anymore. But I mean, no disrespect. That's just how I talk about them in large quantities, right? When I got an anime on as well too. I just started a new one. I forgot which one this was, but it's about some dude that's hunting dragons because the dragon ate his heart. Which, I ain't not gonna lie, a lot of animes, right? The storylines are kind of the same. Not gonna front. Some adventurer doing this. Adventurer joins the guild. Have to fight this. Go on adventure. Side quest this. Learn your powers that. Artificial intelligence this. Went into some world where all of a sudden woke up, had all kinds of but not for nothing. They all are interested. Like, I tell you all the same. Like, I haven't watched all 895 of them. and all of their 269 episodes. I've watched them all. And I continue to watch them all. Like, I haven't even watched them all yet. Like, I'm watching this one. And this one reminds me of another one that I just watched not too long ago, too. I forget which one this was. But the main character, this guy, he was part of some family from back in the day. Oh, Castlevania. This anime that I'm watching. Okay, so what the fuck am I watching? Hold on. I am watching Dragon's Dogma. And why does it remind me of Castlevania? Yeah, kind of reminds me of Castlevania. The way the story kind of started out and started playing along. This honestly could have been the continuation of those two characters, that guy and that woman from Castlevania, now hunting dragons. This is basically Castlevania on dragons. And am I the only one that wants to see that show, Cocaine Bear? I know I'm not. I know I can't be the only one. For some odd reason, I really want to watch that movie, Cocaine Bear. I don't even want to pay to watch it. I don't know if I want to pay to watch it, but I definitely want to see them. I definitely want to see Cocaine Bear. Let me tell you how short my memory is. Even though I've been saying to myself, and I said it here already in the podcast, on Christmas Day, I get the opportunity, right? We all do, but I get the opportunity to watch basketball for 12 straight hours. I get 12 hours of basketball. One of the great things I look for is 12 straight hours of basketball. But can I tell you, by like 9 o'clock, I turned on the television. I'm like, basketball is still on? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. You forgot. 12 straight hours of basketball. This may be the last game of dawn, but yeah. But can I tell you, not just the last game, right? Not just, who was it? Denver and Phoenix, right? That game felt like it dragged out. But also the fact that Tampa Bay and Arizona game, that game was dragging out. I mean, obviously that game went into overtime, but I thought that game dragged. I was like, it was midnight, and I looked. I was like, wait a minute, this game isn't over yet. What the hell is going on here? The disrespect. Like I said, we're gonna talk about this level of disrespect that has been going on for the last couple of years. While understood, we're gonna still talk about it. Now, these Christmas Day games. They were good. They were good. I can't complain. I mean, no, like my biggest complaint is that we didn't get the win as the Knicks fan. And that's my biggest complaint. But even as you're watching the Knicks game, that game starts off with the Knicks having a dominant, like the dominant and impressive first half. But yet they were only up by, what was it, 3 points? 6 points? What's going on, G? I see you. Don't you guys forget to check out Lamar TV on YouTube. And about every week or so, you'll be able to see them conduct a new interview. If you're big wrestling fans, you definitely want to check out their podcast because they always have some really dope ass interviews from a lot of up and coming indie wrestlers. Right, so they're definitely definitely a show that you guys want to check out. Check out their show. Check out Lamar TV. That's LAMAR TV. Check them out on YouTube. Hopefully we get them on the podcast pretty soon, right? Hopefully we catch them on. Hopefully they come to the 500 episode of the podcast. Like, hopefully we catch them there. We got a little arm wrestling competition. You gotta see that arm wrestling competition for an actual wrestling event. Like we have to do this live in front of people. Like when they have that intermission, during the intermission, like they set up a table, you and I go at it. Let you guys know right now, I'm not gonna go down easily. And if I lose, I may take a chair to him. So the Knicks game started off pretty decent. Right, the Knicks started off with a lead. had an incredible half. Right, like the hustle points, the second chance points were off the roof. But again, if I'm not mistaken, Knicks only had like a 3 or 6 point lead at the half. I forget the player's name, right? But Philly hits a buzzer beater to end the half, right? And like a half court buzzer beater to end the half, and that's what helped reduce that lead. So as great as the Knicks were playing, you can see it, right? You can sense that there may be a downfall coming, because if Philly just locks themselves in, like, they'll probably overtake this lead, and that's basically what we saw. New York Knicks came back in the third, took the lead, held on to the lead in the third, and then in the fourth quarter, it just went downhill. Philly caught fire from 3-point range. The New York Knicks couldn't really do anything about it. R.J. Barrett had a decent game. A lot of players had a decent game. Julius Randle was having a good game. What's his name? Jalen Brunson put up a double, if I'm not mistaken, by the third, and he went out and he left the game injured. I think it was like a 25 or 26 points and 11 assists. On a triple-double, and only played 3 quarters. He was having a hell of a game. That's also a big part of where the Knicks' downfall really started to cement itself, right? Because we've gone back and forth a couple of times, and I don't want to just say that it was probably because of Jalen Brunson, because this is the New York Knicks' 3rd straight loss right now, if I'm not mistaken, maybe even 4th straight loss. Let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. Don't worry, the Miami Dolphins have had 3 straight losses as well, too. I'm sorry. I just had to. Like, I couldn't let that slide. I couldn't. I apologize. We're going to get that up here in a second. Okay, so, yeah, that's the New York Knicks' 3rd straight loss. So, it's been kind of consistent, right, for the last 3 losses. And Knicks fans, I'm not telling you to be nervous, but be wary. Excuse me. Because this is one of those not New York Knicks patterns, right? Because the New York Knicks pattern of the past, before Tom Thibodeau era, we just didn't have we don't put enough effort. The effort was there this time, right? With Tom Thibodeau, the effort is always there. It's the Tom Thibodeau effect, is that we're always giving 100% sometimes. So when teams up their gear to match us or to overtake us, we don't have another gear to go into to supersede that. We already function at a 100% just to get whatever we're getting. And we don't got that 110. We don't have it. We just don't have it. Because that extraordinary ability generally comes from extraordinary players. And right now, we just have ordinary players that are really good. You ain't knocking them. But right now, I know that you wished that we had Donovan Mitchell. I said this in the beginning. The beginning of the year, right? The evidence repeats itself and becomes hyper aware, right? Hyper focused in these losses. You see that the Knicks, they need that talented body. They need that bad motherfucker. Like, they need to find themselves that guy, because it's just gonna be this repeating itself. Which is good. It's good for effort. It's good for consistency. It's good for foundation. It's good in a lot of ways. But again, it doesn't get us anywhere past the 6th or 7th seed in the East. And us getting the 6th and 7th seed in the East is us basically functioning at maximum potential. Even getting the 6th seed is literally saying, Knicks fan, you're going to win all of the games that you're supposed to win. Even if you lose all of the games you're supposed to lose, If you just win all of the games you're supposed to win, you're gonna stay here. But that's just saying you're gonna win some of the games you're supposed to win. That's all of the games you're supposed to win. But also, like I said, all of the games you're supposed to lose. So maybe some appears in a way that, well, if you win some of the ones you're supposed to win, but you also win a few of the ones you're supposed to lose, then that's where that even out comes in. But that just kind of shows you, like, hey, you know what? With a real certified G in here, right? Real certified bucket getter, right? This team could be Cleveland. This team could challenge. I don't know if we're challenging Milwaukee or challenging Boston, but we're talking about fourth best team in the East. You're talking about being right there alongside Philly, right, probably right behind Brooklyn. But like I said, the game was entertaining. You know, the only thing it kind of lacked for a Christmas game, because if you're worried about the New York market, at some point in time you have to go for the stars, right? And that's how I feel, because as I'm looking at the two teams, right? It's James Harden and Joel Embiid versus Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. That's the Knicks marquee. Now, the lucky thing about them, it's New York. So they're going to have a sold-out arena on Christmas Day game, right? It's New York. So they're going to have maximum eyes on them at noon on Christmas Day. That is probably the best market to put there, because even if nobody's watching, it's more people than everybody watching in Utah at noon. So I get it. I wonder if I'm seeing Brooklyn here. I'm watching Brooklyn now. I'm watching Brooklyn and Cleveland now. I wouldn't have mind Brooklyn and Cleveland at the noonday. To be honest with you, I wouldn't have mind New York. Actually, that probably would have been the one right there. Have the Knicks play Cleveland. Right? Like, I would have mind Knicks Cleveland today and then had Brooklyn and Philly yesterday. And instead of hearing Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle versus James Harden and Joel Embiid, you get Kyrie Irving and the Slim Reaper versus Joel Embiid and James Harden. Oh, and there's also the added rivalry between Ben Simmons and the city of Philly. Oh, and there's also the added rivalry between James Harden and the city of Brooklyn. Like, there was storyline. If you're a league of stories, there's stories that was there, along with having the New York market. And then tonight, when everybody's off, because not for nothing, how many people are watching this game right now? Who's that? How many people are watching this Cleveland and Brooklyn game? To be honest with you, versus how many people would have watched this Brooklyn and Cleveland game, or this game right here, if it was New York Knicks and Cleveland? Because believe it or not, there's a spark of a rivalry growing between the Knicks and Cleveland, just for the simple fact that Knicks fans feel slighted that Donovan Mitchell didn't come there. So there's this slight little disdain. Like, there's this little extra happiness that happens every time Cleveland loses. But there's a little even more happiness, right? A little extra cherry on your Sunday when the Knicks beats Cleveland. Like, yeah, see? Like, we ain't need you. Right? There's a little bit of that. Oh, yeah, they starting to come in. Let's see you guys. I know. Like I said, it hasn't quite started yet. It's not quite there yet. It's brewing. See, the seeds has been planted. You're probably sowing the seed like springlings or whatever, right? A little seedling starting to sprout. Springlings. Springlings even a word? Springlings. Yeah, look that up. That's not my responsibility. I just say shit. That sounds right. So, sorry, you guys know I'm gonna have to do my next talk. I'm gonna have to do my next talk. But Knicks is still in a good place, right? Based off of a lot of factors. The New York Knicks haven't lost any position from where they were at. We before the Christmas holiday, we were in sixth place. We come out of the Christmas holiday still in sixth place. And that's with 3 straight losses. And that's with Brooklyn and Philly and all of these other teams around us in our own division, mind you. That's why I've been trying to tell you guys. Like, our division alone is tough. But let's see here. Yeah, that's with Brooklyn and Philly both having an 8-game win streak. Whereas even with a 3-game losing streak, we're still in the 6th spot. I'm sitting above Atlanta, Indy, Miami, and Toronto. Those are the other teams that are in postseason contention. Right? I'm not gonna talk about the guys 11 through 15. Listen, this is really it for us. Hey, you hope the Knicks. See, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you where you get your Knicks fans. I'm gonna tell you where you get your positives and your pluses from. Staying ahead of Atlanta and Miami. If you manage all season to stay ahead of Atlanta and Miami, it's a win. I don't care about what's happening in there. I don't care what's going on in their locker rooms. I don't care that Miami is looking to trade half their roster. I don't care if they're looking because remember they're looking to upgrade too. They were in the Donovan Mitchell hunt too, Miami. They were in the Kevin Durant hunt as well. They are looking for that guy to add to this team because they don't believe that Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo is big enough, good enough, or enough to win a championship. We don't have Bam and Jimmy. We got Julius and RJ. We got JR and RJ. I don't mean to rant. I really don't. It's just that anytime I talk about the Knicks, I'll automatically get into this headspace where they haunt me. That's what it is. I'm haunted. Ooh, what is this? I am haunted by the fact that I'm a Knicks fan. Like I really. Oh, what is this? Thighs are nice, but booty is small. Oh man. The New York. Let's not get back into the New York Knicks. The Christmas Day games, right? All this weekend period. This weekend of this was a good weekend of sports, and I don't know if we're always going to be privileged to this kind of sports on Christmas Day. The level of sporting events that we had. I just think that we was in a perfect storm kind of situation. We'll talk about that a little bit later on the podcast. Now, as far as these games have gone, though, right? As far as this weekend has gone, there's been we've seen some good performances, and it's funny. I told you I was looking at I popped up Instagram to invite the fellas into the chat. I didn't know I was potting, and the first thing I saw was a meme of Ja Morant, and it was saying that Ja Morant, anytime he sees somebody in the paint and you just see some dude fly to take it off, yo, and that really is Ja Morant. He had it again yesterday, right? Where Ja Morant really has a highlight of missed dunks. And I'm trying to think what great dunkers of our time, in-game dunkers of our because we had a couple of them, right? Depending on how you remember some people. I feel like Nate Robinson was a good one. J.R. Smith was a good one. We saw Aaron Gordon go off because it was Christmas. Aaron Gordon's a good one. But I'm trying to think of some people in the past, right? Vince Carter. I'm trying to think of these electric guys that was out here putting up bodies. Steve Francis. I'm thinking about Baron Davis, possibly. Now, out of these guys, I'm trying to think who has a highlight reel of missed dunks where you're like, ooh, if he would have got that, ooh, that would have went in. Like, ooh, I can't believe he tried to. Well, that wasn't quite on the head. That's more the shoulders, knees, and the toes. But if he would have, you know what I'm saying? Oh man. Oh, do you guys fully understand? Listen, we're gonna come back. We're gonna open up the club in a second. I gotta grab another beer. So we're gonna take a quick army break. When we come back, we'll continue more right here on the MyT Sports Podcast.
They didn't join this team to win championships or become famous. They joined because there is important work to be done, and only some able to do it. They are brighter, better educated, led, and equipped than any team in history. They are doctors, lawyers, engineers, technologists, and combat troops, all prepared for whatever comes their way. You'll find them where the lights don't flash. The only contract they sign is with themselves and their country. One day, they may be asked what they did to make a difference in this world. And they can respond, I became a soldier.
All right, we're back. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being patient. I had to wear myself another drink. Don't you guys forget. Grab yourself a drink too. Like, don't get it twisted. Go have yourself a drink. Go pack your bowls. Do what you need to do. Enjoy yourselves here on the MyT Podcast. It's always a blast on the MyT Sports Podcast, and you, there's no reason why you should be doing this sober. Excuse me. Oh, football's about to start pretty soon. You know what? Let's go ahead and switch over. We're gonna switch over to that. Who we got playing the Thursday night football game? LA and Indy. Okay. Oh yeah, that's good. Cheers. Oh, you know how that goes. Like, it feels so good when it hits your lips, kind of thing. Excuse me. Pardon me. Donovan Mitchell with the little sidestep. Oh, Euro step, I should say. Misses that. Puts it back up. Kevin Durant challenges him. Gets a hand on the ball. He misses. Kyrie Irving gets the ball back up. Pushes it. Shoots a three. That goes in. Brooklyn Nets are up 64-47. Just 21 seconds left to go in the half. We're going to talk about Brooklyn later. I've had a topic I wanted to talk. Nope. I'm sorry. Are we going to talk about Brooklyn on Wednesday? Because there really is, and I've been wanting to talk about Brooklyn. I've noticed something. It probably hit me over the last week or two, right? Not the last week, but somewhere within the last week or two. It hit me. And I've been paying attention. I've been listening. I'm like, wow. Things are really appearing the way that I perceived them. I can't wait to talk about this on Wednesday's show. Hope you guys are there live when we at Sharky's with Ladies Drink Free 9 to 10. We're gonna talk. We definitely gonna talk about that. We got some Kyrie stuff to talk about on we got some Kyrie stuff to talk about on Wednesday. We got some Brooklyn stuff to talk about on Wednesday. Listen, it just so ironically I happened to be Brooklyn out today. It really was like because honestly, the Brooklyn Nets sweatpants is like one of the only sweatpants that I have. Thank you, Blue. I appreciate it. I love you for that. I need to call you, so I'm really upset we haven't lost contact with each other. Yeah, that's exactly what you guys thought it was. So I love you, Blue. Right? What else is out there? What else? Let's get back into this. Last couple of games, right? Last couple of days, we've had a bunch of basketball because almost since Friday, almost every single team has been displayed. All right, from Friday to now, you've had a chance to see every single team play, every single team displayed, every single team highlighted. In the midst of that highlight, we've had a couple of people that perform, right? And you know how we do here in the MyT Sports Podcast, right? We have Club MyT and its boom boom rooms, and we've had a couple of people that were deserving for us to open up the rooms. Now, ultimately, right, we was only open up the club for Christmas. We was only going to open up the club for Christmas. But over the weekend, right, on Friday, a couple people called beforehand. They made a couple of reservations, right? A couple people called on Friday, and they made some reservations. And they say, hey, yo, T, listen here. I know that this is supposed to be a Christmas Day thing. Or you think that we can slide in there if we pay a little extra RSVP now, so we can get into the room. And you know what I said? I said to them, right? This is a secret society. All we ask is trust. So the only so you can do what you do, but the only requirement is that
I want winners.
That's it. I want winners. I want winners. So a couple of you guys, I got 5 phone calls. I got 5 calls to RSVP to let them into the club for Friday. I got 5 phone calls. I had to turn 2 of them down. Right? There was a boy in New York I had to turn down. Sorry. Like, it's because you're from New York, you automatically get into the club. Right? He dropped 44 on a loss to Chicago. And he was joined by another one of his little young boys, right, from Oklahoma City, who also came in there with a 44 special. But they lost to New Orleans. Sorry, Pippen, don't work like that. So I had to deny them access to the club. So I'm like, nah, you don't get in the club. This club is not meant for you. Right, to get to, like, the number one criteria for the club. I ain't saying you can put up your numbers, but number one criteria to get into the MyT club.
I want winners.
That's it. Now, once you get into the club, you tell me what flavor is. You tell me what you like, and we'll get you into one of our special boom boom rooms. So in our first room, right? This is where a lot of NBA players like to hang out at, right? Right. This is the of course. Oh God, you are hilarious. My bad. Then a second, I just saw something pop up. Right, but this is where a lot of NBA players like to go to, right? Like this sounds like a room for grown men, but you know what though, it kind of is, right? Because this is a grown man's amount of work that they're putting in here. And this is the
I'm a man. I'm 40.
room, right? And in this room, I feel like I'm missing something, right? In this room, yeah, let that right out. In this room, this for everybody. It's for all the ballers that put up over 40 points. And every once in a while, you get somebody that says, you know what? I'm not just calling to RSVP. I'm not just calling to get into the club, right? I'm trying to pop a couple of bottles.
Go home.
The first person we let into the room was that boy Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic, boy, that boy nasty, that boy mean, that boy clean. He dropped 50 on Friday night. With his win at Houston. In Houston, they had problems. Because it wasn't just a 50. It was a 50 with the double-double. It was those James Harden numbers. I am really hoping now, 10 years into the league, we're not talking about Luka Doncic the same way that we were talking about James Harden. Let's really hope Luka manages to get himself some. Let's put this where it actually needs to be. Let's hope that Dallas Mavericks owner, Mark Cuban, hyper focuses enough to make sure that he gets Luka a ring. The same thing that you did for Dirk eventually. Make sure you do for Luka. But you can't do for Dirk. But you can't do it the same way you did it for Dirk, right? Where you basically got him nobodies and had him carry you, right? You can't have, no. You're going to have to get him a bona fide another star. Kevin Durant moving up the all-time scoring ranks. Let's not forget about that. Right now, so that he is, what was that, 12th? Hold up, come back. How am I watching this? I always have to remember how am I watching something. See if I can rewind it or not. Okay, I can rewind this. Perfect. All right. We're going to take another look at it. Right now, we're halftime between this Brooklyn and Cleveland game where Brooklyn Nets are up 64-49. Over here, I'm going to put on the NFL game so we can start getting this Chargers and not Pacers, Colts game on. But they just mentioned something about Kevin Durant's all-time numbers, right? Kevin Durant so far has 16 points through the first half. Oh, also T.J. Warren has also put up 15 as well. You guys remember T.J. Warren, right? T.J. Warren from the bubble. He was the guy that aggravated Jimmy Butler a little bit, where Jimmy had to talk about him that one day was like,
What sort of made it so chippy all of a sudden out of just like the one foul?
I mean, to me, I think it's tough for him because I can guard him and he can't guard me. Like at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. But like I said, I think you just gotta watch your mouth in certain situations. There's something you just don't say as a man. And I mean, he gotta see me the next time because I feel like what he said was truly disrespectful, and it's all good because we see him again. I ain't scared of nobody. So he talking about we're gonna fight this that. It is what it is to me.
And then what did you notice the middle finger from him? And was the blowing of the kiss?
He's soft. He's not even in my fucking like nowhere near me. And if I was their coach, I would never put him on me ever again. He's like, no, put somebody else on me because I'm gonna tear his ass up every time.
okay. So remember that's a skit. So that was T.J. Warren that he was just talking about. T.J. Warren ever since then, and we didn't see much from T.J. Warren after that. T.J. Warren balled in the bubble, but after the bubble was over, T.J. Warren kind of came back down to earth. 1 year, I'm trying to say, I don't know if he was out of the league for a year or so, or was just kind of in obscurity before he joined the Brooklyn Nets. But now he's on the Brooklyn Nets and helping them with a scoring punch that they desperately needed at times. Kevin Durant right now, number 15th on the all-time scoring list. Damn, 15th. He is 12,000 points away from breaking the record or getting to whatever record Kareem Abdul-Jabbar set. He's 12,000 points. Jeez. Y'all realize that's breaking the record in probably the next 5 years. Possibly. Yeah. If he continues to average what he's averaging now, let's possibly break the next fight. So Kevin Durant, let's go give you a little bit of this, Rue. Kevin Durant, right now, 15th on the list of 1,500 points, right? Then we have he's ahead of Tim Duncan, who we just passed, who had 26,496. But now he's behind Dominic Wilkins with 26,668. Oscar Robinson at 13th with 26,710. You got Akeem Olajuwon with 26,946. Elvin Hayes at 11 with 27,313. And then top 10 is 27,409 for Moses Malone. Now, I was trying to do some cheap math in my head, right? And I was trying to figure out how many games will it take him to get another 500 points. And I was trying to think, okay, every 4 games, if he scores 100, if he puts up 25 points a game, that's 100 points. So we're talking about trying to get to 500. Well, we know in 40 games, that's another 400. So we're talking about in another 44 games, Kevin Durant could be in the 11th spot. We have played so far, how many games this season? The Knicks are 18 and 18. Right? So 26 games, 25 games. Let's take a look. Let's take a good look, right? Where's my standings at? So the Brooklyn Nets right now, okay, so we're at 33 games. Sorry. 18 and 16. I don't know what. 18 and 6, 18 and 16. Tripping. Right? So we're at 33 games for the Brooklyn Nets. So I just gave you a number by 40 games where he'll be 44 games, right? Where he'll get to 27,000 and get to number 11. He'll still need about another 400 plus. We don't have enough time. He'll need a whole nother season. But we are talking next year of Kevin Durant's career that he breaks the top 10 of all-time scorers. Like, Kevin Durant is there already. That's wild to me sometimes. It really is. Like, he really is there already. He's past Carmelo Anthony, right? No, or is Carmelo Anthony in the top 10? I think Carmelo Anthony in the top 10. I think Carmelo Anthony passed Moses Malone. Huh. Trying to remember. I can't remember right now. I think Carmelo, it was in the top 20 that he broke. I want to say Carmelo Anthony's in the top 10 of all-time scorers. That's what I want to say. But who knows? I don't know what's going on here. But I got other ways to get around you. You know this, right? Don't play with me. Have I directly liked ESPN? Nope. Okay. This is Monday Night Football. Right? This is on ESPN. You guys already know I don't got conventional TV. A little black box. The only reason I call it a little black box because I'm black and I own the box. So, the box is actually pink. Actually, it's more like a fuchsia. It's kind of purplish. All right, let's continue. Let's continue to talk about these people in the club. Right, we had Luka drop 50 in Houston. Right, went 17 of 30, 17 of 30, 6 for 10, 50% on his 3-point shooting. Oh, it's starting now. Fuck you. I was just looking for you. I was just talking about you, actually. What we got here? 10 for 12 from the line. No, 10 for 12 from the line. 8 rebounds, 10 assists, and 3 steals. To go as Luka Doncic puts up a 50-point double-double as they get the most important thing.
I want winners.
And that's the W over the Houston Rockets, right? Joining him would be Embiid as he trolls the Clippers for 44 points as he shoots 18 for 30 from the line. 18 for 30 from the field. 1 for 4, only 25% from 3, but a perfect 7 for 7 from the line as he gets 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and a block to help himself get a victory over the Los Angeles Clippers. Then we have Tyler. Hey, Tyler. I can't help myself. We have Tyler who joins the party. Right? That's how you know it's a real party, right? When you get your residential white boy in there, over there playing "Party Like a Rock." Party like a rock star, party like a rock. I'm joking. We get Tyler, right? Tyler joins the party, and he tramples the Heat, right? For 43 points, he shoots 14 for 20 from the line, right? 10 for 16 from 3-point range. Like, hold on, let me say that again. How do you understand that? Tyler, right? Of course, the best 3-point shooter out of this whole bunch. Tyler. You know what's funny? Okay, this really is funny. It's the name. It's the name. Because Luka gets Luka, but Halliburton gets Tyler. Okay, so it's the name. Don't get it twisted. Tyler just has that name that just draws out generic Tyler. Oh my god. Shit. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Nothing says basic white boy like Tyler. Like Tyler, Skylers. Like sorry, I'm sorry. Like those people come from usually the most basic periods in the world. We gotta do something. We want to name Tyler. That would be fantastic. Phenomenal. He's gonna get all the hoes with that one. But Tyler definitely lit up the Heat for 43 points, right? 14 for 20 from the field, only missed 6 shots. The 6 shots that he missed were just the 3-pointers that he took, as he went 10 for 16 from behind the arc. Perfect 5 for 5 at from the free throw line. 2 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, and a block. Later leads his team to a victory over the Miami Heat. And those are the 3 guys that wanted to get into the club. And reserved and thought about it early. So he said to me like, "Yo, T, I'm reserving my spot early. I want to get into the." Oh, is that the right room? No, that's not the right room. I'm a man. I'm 40. Let me tell you, this is the room built for everybody. It's just for the 40 and overs. If you don't drop 40 in the night, you don't deserve to be put in this room. There's a couple of teams that deserve to be put in this room. Like, what team should we be putting in this room? Hold on. We're going to put a team in this room. We're going to put a football team in this room. What team was that? There was a team deserving. Hold up. This is just popping in my head now. But there was a team deserving to be put into this room, right? And this was not the team that we won't talk about because until their owner denounces racism. No, not that team. We're talking about the LA Rams. The LA Rams deserve to be put in this room. The whole squad. Like we're talking about everybody gets in this room. The whole they put up a 50 piece, a 50 burger. You want to know how to get in here as a team? I'm a man. I'm 40. Into the 40 and over room. You put up 50 in the NFL as a team. That tells me everything was quick. I gotta look. That tells me you got a special teams touchdown. That tells me that you got an offensive touchdown, a defensive touchdown. No wonder Denver fired their head coach. So a little bit later too. So yeah, we're gonna get the whole entire. Sorry, I said Chargers. My bad, Rams. We get the whole entire Rams. God, trust me, I probably would have kept on saying Chargers if I didn't look up at the television and was like, wait a minute. I think you just said Chargers. Had a quick conversation with you guys know how this goes in your own head, right? So I'm just helping you. I'm letting you guys. MyT. I'm letting you guys behind the scenes, inside behind the camera, as we continue to go hard.
Go home.
You know what? Let's do something. Oh shit. Excuse me. I think I gotta pay my LLC taxes. Fuck, I forgot about that. Shit, I just realized. Okay, I gotta put this note down. I gotta pay that sucker off. It's one of the first things I'll do when I get my taxes. That's definitely gonna be one of the first things I do when I get my taxes. Is that we're gonna definitely have to make sure that that's taken care of. We can LLC. We definitely can. We definitely can't that at all. That is not an option. All right, where were we? Right, the boom boom rooms. Okay. Well, I'm looking for something real quick. I wanted to make sure something. This what I'm looking for? Okay, I think I found what I'm looking for. Let's see if we talk. Let's see if this is it. Ah, there we go. I knew there was something missing. Right? So those were our 5 people that had to make reservations, right? They made reservations. They called us up on Friday, and they were like, you know what? Can you let us into the club early, right? Can you let us into the club? Period. All right, we'll pop bottles. We'll reserve this, but LA Rams as well. We'll put them as a team. So let's do the official thing, right? Since we talked about the people that's gonna make the reservations, let's go ahead and open up the club for everybody, right? Because I hear everybody outside. I hear everybody outside making their ruckus, and everybody wants to get into the MyT boom boom rooms, right? We got a room for everybody that boom. All right, that'll be the club booming again. There we go. We got a couple of people that actually that actually made it into the room over the Christmas holiday, right? And the first one into the boom boom room, right? Into the 40 and over boom boom room from the Christmas Day games was the Joker himself, the life of the party, Mr. The funny guy. Have you ever danced with the devil in the day tonight? If you guys don't know that reference, then you're too young for me. That's it. Probably not. It's an old ass reference. Sorry. I just realized there's at least like 2 generations of people that haven't seen it. But let's continue to talk about these rules, right? We had the Joker come in there, as he decided he wanted to drench the Suns for 41 points. He goes 16 of 25, 2 for 4 from the line, or 2 for 4 from beyond the arc, 7 for 9 from the line. But like his foreign brethren on Friday, the Joker comes in there with not just his scoring, but with his full bag of tricks. He comes in there with 15 rebounds and 15 assists to give us the all-elusive 40-point triple-double. But you know what he did more importantly? I know you guys know what he did more importantly. He gave us the dub. That was the more important thing. Oh, where we go? Back up. The room sounds loud. It's okay. It forces me to be loud, but the room sounds extra loud. Right? Excuse me. So, forget this whole shit to it. So we get the Joker in there, his full bag of tricks. We open up the club for him first, right? The major VIP, the 2-time MVP of the league. You can see why he's been the MVP of the league, though, right? You can clearly see it's not just all the time the advanced analytics, but advanced stats. It's the actual stats. Now, unfortunately for the Joker, right? His team. Let me make sure I say this. Let me make sure I look before I say this, right? Nah, never mind. Because Joker plays for Denver, right? Yeah, never mind. I was about to say his team isn't in a position to get him the MVP again. But his team is in the prime position to get him the MVP. So, there's a couple of players, right? We're going to have to start holding accountable. If we're already holding, and I don't know if it's starting to happen yet, but there's going to be a group of players we're going to have to start holding accountable. Because they're the next ones in line. Devin Booker, Luka Doncic, Joel Embiid, Jokic. It's not just the fact that these guys are next in line. They're accumulating too many other accolades. We see them in the club every other day. But you know what room they're not in? They're not in that championship room. I wonder if this year is going to be the year that we get a first-time champ. Think about it. Not Brooklyn, not Golden State, not Milwaukee, not LA. Just those 4 teams, to be honest with you. If you can think there's not going to be those 4 teams, we may have a first-time champion coming. Things just got see, this is the beauty of it now, because now everybody's watching. Now everybody's paying attention to the NBA. And now I'm curious, right? As many people should be. Who's going to win the NBA championship this year? Get back over there. Back over there. Back over there. Find this hand. Find this hand. Find this hand. Who's going to win the NBA championship this year? Because the way things are looking early, you got Denver, New Orleans, and Memphis in the mix in the West, right? And then in the East, you got Boston, Milwaukee, Cleveland. But also Brooklyn and Philly. As Cleveland, Brooklyn, and Philly basically have the same losses. And there's nothing separating them from top to bottom. We're talking about 6 games, but this is not really 6 games. Okay. Hold on. Let's see the play closing on my screen. I got missed catch. But look like we got a hell of a play coming up right now. Is that Indy with the ball? Let's see. Formation. Looks like Indy has the ball. It's 4-for-4. They're going for it. See, Donovan Mitchell, 41 points. 7-16. 17, 19, 24. Yeah, you see him. Donovan Mitchell, 41. Gary is calling 18. Jared. It's a clicking in Cleveland. Hope you guys are watching Cleveland. Especially I want you guys to be watching Orlando too. You should definitely be watching them as well. So, as we talked about Jokic, right? He comes to the MyT club, right? Sits back at the trick and goes to the 40 and over, boom, boom, boom. I'm a man. Exactly. I know I was just talking about who could possibly win the championship, but that's a completely different story. But that's the conversation for another time. That time may be Wednesday. I got a feeling we got a new champ coming up. I'm telling you right now. Damn, that's still tough though. Because experience matters. Oh man, I can't have this conversation right now. I'm sorry. This whole conversation is flooding my brain. This whole conversation right now is flooding my brain as I realize that, yo, I said I want to get into it a whole nother day. But what I want to talk about is flooding my brain right now. It's trying to leak out. Joining Jokic, right, is also another young up-and-coming stud that I don't know how much longer these guys can keep coming into these clubs, right? These clubs of accolades. These clubs of making it to a championship. And, you know what I mean? Making it to a conference final. Having the best record in the league. Being MVP. And not win a championship. You know what I mean? I don't be the active right? Little things like all of those things. How long can you be nice guys that put up these numbers? You get looked at before you start winning championships. And trust me, it's coming. Oh, it's coming. Because unless you think that Brooklyn, Golden State, Milwaukee, or LA is winning a championship, we got a new champion. And Brooklyn's not even really a new champion. Like, if Brooklyn won a championship, it's new for them, the city of Brooklyn. But Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant have been there before. They've won already there before. Granted, both of those guys won beside the two best players of this generation in Stephen Curry and LeBron James. So that's when they won their championships, was when they were with those guys, the GOATs of this era. Stephen Curry, the golden child, the game changer. LeBron James, the king, the pacemaker. Actually, that wasn't even a shot at his age right now. But he getting up there, ain't he? He getting up there, ain't he? We got a conversation about him and his age. We're going to talk about it on Wednesday's show as well. We're going to talk about LeBron James at age 37 on Wednesday's podcast. But not just LeBron James at age 37. We're going to take a little time. We're going to do a little time travel. And we're going to look at a bunch of the greats at age 37. Not year 20 in the league. Age 37. That's when we're going to look at these guys. And we're going to see really how different LeBron James has been performing to his contemporaries and predecessors. Oh, yeah. We found out some interesting facts in that one. We're going to come ready for you. I already started doing the research. That's right. I already started doing the... I just remembered where all my topics were for today's show. I just remembered. I was trying to figure out, like, what did I want to talk about? Yeah. I think I'm going to save a lot of this for Wednesday's show. I'm going to save a good portion of this for Wednesday's show. You don't even have to worry. This week we got a good show to talk about. We got a good show to talk about. We have a really good show to talk about. Tonight and for Wednesday. I hope you guys are ready. Listen, I'm just glad I already got Wednesday's show kind of figured out. Because, you know, I ain't want to listen. The fact that I already got half the show, at least a good portion of the show already figured out, that means now I get the opportunity to, we got an interception. Indianapolis just threw an interception, or Matt Ryan just threw an interception. Or in this case, we call him old Kirk Cousins. So Kirk Cousins' older cousin, Matt Ryan, and the LA Chargers have the ball back. I told you that Indianapolis was just at their 40-yard line. For what I've seen so far, because my shit just is freezing, all right, or lagging. The Chargers have at least brought the ball back to that 40. That's not Matt. Is that Matt Ryan? Who is that? I wonder if they call pass interference. We're going to wait and see if there's any flags in this play. I think he popped the ball up. Let's see if there's any flags on this play beforehand. I don't know who threw that interception. I know Davis caught the interception, number 43 for the Rams. And now Justin Herbert Chargers. Now Justin Herbert have the ball back at their own 40. Alrighty. Let's continue to get these guys in the club. So we get Jason Tatum into the club, right? As there's something else I want to bring in here, but I want to make sure I get this in here. I want to get this in here right here. Almost forgot about this. It's perfect timing. All right, so we get Jason Tatum in the club as they make a mantle out of the Bucks, right? And Tatum drops 41 points, 14 for 22 shooting, 3 for 7 from 3, perfect 10 for 10 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals later. They have their W. Now, this is what I just had to write down, what I wanted to remember. I talked about him in the opening of the show, all right? And I forgot and I didn't really write down a place to put him in the show. And I just remembered about him, and it's actually the perfect place. Because I don't think there's going to be much more basketball we're going to be talking about, right? And I may come back and go over the rest of these Christmas Day games, but as far as the club is concerned, right? We also got somebody else in the club today, over the weekend. And did we just get returning interceptions off of deflections? Oh, wow. You gotta love it. Like, I'm sorry, but you gotta love it. Because this is really what it's all about. Like, this is really what it's all about sometimes. Is that the coach just threw an interception off of a deflection, right? Cornerback caught a hand on it, popped up in the air, right? Chargers grabbed the ball, ran it back. Well, in a 180 of fortune and karma, the same exact thing just happened to Justin Herbert. Throws the ball, cornerback comes in, gets his hand on it, pops up, Colts catches it right inches off the ground, just like steroid taker Julius Edelman. Yeah, let's never forget that Julius Edelman was hopped up on steroids when he made that heroic pinpoint catch that was inches off the ground. I wonder, when a guy has never done that before, what would have given him the ability and capability to be able to make a play like that. I wonder if steroids would have helped him be that hyper focused and help quicken his instincts. Yeah, he gets suspended for steroids, then he gets to sit down for half of the season. He's more rested than anybody else for the second half of the season, and you're surprised when he's a little bit quicker, a little bit fresher. You know what I mean? And making better catches, making these catches at the end of the season when everybody else is already worn down. Not only is he fresher, but he's also on the part of the steroid cycle where he can still fully feel everything in his system. See, you people like to just overlook all of Tom Brady's accolades as if all of them don't have asterisks on them. But you guys can be boo-boo the fools. I'm not gonna do it. That dude does not have a clean record. And you know it. His team doesn't have a clean record. His players don't have a clean record. His coach doesn't have a team record. Shit, they were harvesting a fucking murderer. And I'm gonna tell you this: they knew. Let's be for real. They knew. NFL players know. NFL knows everything, right? They have investigators everywhere. They have people looking into your lives, looking at everything you do, every move that you make. They knew. So don't let the New England Patriots or any of them fool you that they didn't know that Aaron Hernandez was out here killing people. They knew. They didn't sit that shit underneath the rubber because he's a hell of a football player. Yes, Robert Kraft cheese motherfucker, he knew. His organization knew. But shout out to Robert Kraft having a fan sit in the booth with him very recently. A fan went to a Raiders game and he was being harassed by a Raiders fan the whole time. Being heckled by some Raiders woman. On the entire game or whatever. And he just sat there and he took it very rationally, just very poised. And Robert Kraft saw that, and next thing you know, he invites him to a game. Listen. Who called out the good and the bad? We understand that Robert Kraft likes to get happy endings 90 minutes from my location at the Orchids of Asia, right? Yeah, it's like 90 minutes from where I live. And they have excellent service, by the way. I'm not saying that I've been there. I'm just saying I've heard that they have excellent service. But like we know that he's gone to Orchids of Asia. We know that he has harvested a murderer and that he turns a blind eye like to murderers and cheaters. Like we get that, but also he's also the same guy that's like, you know what? You being like you one of my fans, you being harassed by Raider Nation, I got you. We understand that we won our first Super Bowl by a fugazi rule that was never been called before in the tuck rule. You know what I mean? Because of this, even Tom Brady says that he fumbled the ball. But you know, I'll get you for being harassed by a Raiders fan. Even though all New England Patriots fans rightfully deserve to be heckled and harassed by Raiders fans. Like, I'm sorry, you earned it. So let's not talk about the people that got left outside the club. Let's talk about the people that got inside the club. And also, you know who also got inside the club this weekend? And he didn't even play. He didn't do anything this weekend. He didn't dribble a ball this weekend. He didn't throw a rock. He didn't do anything this weekend. He just chilled and got a statue erected in his honor for his illustrious career as a Dallas Maverick. Hold on. I'm gonna need you to cut this music. We'll open it back up for the football players, right? Over here. Stop that. Right? It keeps catching my head. Right? Let's have a statue erected in his honor for his illustrious career as a Dallas Maverick. The thunderclaps is getting loud tonight. Yeah, tell me, boy, the basketball gods, they are hollering. Sports gods. Oh yeah, they cheer for this dude. You hear the thunderclaps. Dirk Nowitzki got a statue of his Dirk away outside of Maverick Arena. I don't care what it's called, right? Because this isn't about the sponsor or their sponsors. Outside of Mavericks Arena, they'll go through many different sponsors unless they decide to start changing that name all over the place. Outside of Mavericks Arena, right? They got a statue of the Dirk away, and deservingly so. He deserves one. He earned one. He is the only guy. Only one superstar team. And I'm not counting Jason Kidd at the end of his career when he's washed. Even though Jason Kidd at that stage of his career was still better and also smarter than 90%. Definitely smarter than of the point guards. But by the time he came to New York, he still helped Carmelo Anthony in the New York Knicks. Make it to the playoffs. I remember the second one. Make it to the playoffs that year too. He wasn't very high. He was washed then too. He was just smart as fuck. But they still had a little bit more juice from Jason Kidd back then though. He was the first version of Jason Kidd that the New York Knicks got. But I'm not gonna count Jason Kidd. I'm not. And there's nobody else really on that team to count. Not James Posey. Not any of them. Not Michael Finley. I'm sorry. Like they just don't get the statue or enough credit when you compare it to them beating the Heatles. Dirk Nowitzki beat the Heatles. You don't know who the Heatles are. That's the big three with Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and LeBron James. So, and he has brought that franchise their only championship. He has brought Mark Cuban his only championship. If I'm not mistaken, he is Mark Cuban's first pick. And they may have traded for him or swapped for him or something. He may be Mark Cuban's first pick once he took over that team. Which, if that's the case, is very Jerry Buss-ish. Like, Buss-ish. You know what I mean? Buy a new team, identify that guy in the draft, find your superstar, and bam, build around him and get yourself a ring. And show a new norm and a new standard on how to approach this game and reciprocate and take care of your players. Oh yeah. It's a 2 hour mark. We are definitely going down for another beer. We are definitely going down for another beer. But listen, talking about going down, right? Nah, I'm not gonna segue with that one. You know I can, even though I can. No. So let's continue. So definitely big shout out, big shout out to Dirk Nowitzki as he gets a statue outside of Mavericks Arena. One of the only players, actually only player I think. I don't know if it's 21 years straight with the same team or 20 years straight with the same team. I thought they said 20, but I thought Kobe did 20, so maybe it was 21 they said. Or maybe Kobe did 19, who knows? But 20 straight years with the same team, brought him a championship, only championship in Mavericks history, only championship that Mark Cuban has won so far. And that's why I said that, you know what? And I'm surprised that it's popping in my head when I was talking about Luka getting into the club. But this is why I said that Mark Cuban's going to have to do more for Luka than what he did for Dirk. And he's going to have to put another bona fide star beside Luka. I know that by doing it the way that he has, it really helps the stardom of that player, and it helps them be the hyper focus of that stardom, right? But tell you, I'm moving, get some shit like that. Oh man, but he's gonna have in this day and age of basketball. Dirk got lucky, right? Dirk got lucky by being the only guy, because it had just gotten to the point where we were switching over, right? And we needed 2-3 stars just to win a championship. Oh God, I want a love sack. Okay, Google, what's the average price of a love sack?
On the website architecturaldigest.com, they say, though it depends entirely on which setup you choose. The prices for the modular sectionals range from $900 for a chaise lounge or love seat to just under $10,000 for a showroom-sized sectional sofa. Our 5-seat, 5-side love sack was $4,500, and you can noodle around with different options on lovesack.com.
Okay. Sorry, I just saw something I wanted. Okay, Google, is Lovesack a publicly traded company?
On the website lovesack.com, they say Lovesack officially becomes a publicly traded company on NASDAQ, with the first trade coming in 56% above the initial public offering price.
Okay, Google, how much is Lovesack stock?
Lovesack Company is trading at $19 a share in after-hours trading, down 5.09% from closing.
That's how easy it is, fellas. I know. I told you. I've warned you guys. This is a life podcast that revolves around sports. I just saw that commercial while watching sports. So let's make a start of that. This is going to be an investment I'm going to do. And I'm not going to do anything crazy. There's $100 worth of investments, right? But I'm going to buy $100 worth of stock for Lovesack. Okay, Google. Does Lovesack stock pay dividends?
I don't know, but I found these results on search.
Let's see. I think I just saw it. It does not. Let's see. Does Lovesack pay dividends? Okay, so it does not. Okay. But yeah, that's probably gonna be one of those things I'll probably end up buying, only because it looks good, and the way that people move is right. And I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at it from a practicality standpoint. From the way that people move these days to how you want your things kind of sturdy but kind of light, Bluetooth features, little things like that, charging stations. That definitely looks like the future of furniture. Like IKEA was at one point in time. Looks like better IKEA. So look at it. I'm always looking at stuff when I was doing deliveries with Amazon. When I do deliveries, I'm looking at every community that I'm going into, and I'm like, who owns all these damn gates? And I'm looking, and I'm like, all of them are made by LiftMaster. Not all of them, but 90% of them are made by LiftMaster. Look at it. Damn near every gate that you go to, every one of those little gated communities, is a LiftMaster gate. Yeah, LiftMaster stop. Because it's that simple when people was like, man, I don't know what to buy sometimes, or like I don't know who to invest into. And I know that the big easy companies are always things to think about. Everybody when they're ready to invest, think like, oh, I want some Amazon, or I want some Google, or I want Netflix, or I want this. You know, like there's these major companies you always think about, but the money sometimes a lot of times is made in the other little companies or your portfolio. You're gonna want it to make it up of other companies that you may not even be thinking of, right? Like when you go to that charging station, right? When you pass a charging station for those electric cars, look and see who's making these charging stations. We're going there, right? We're gonna be going there. By the end of this decade, they talk about how much electric vehicles they want on the road. So start looking at these charging stations. I know one down here in South Florida was Blink. I remember when I caught them super young. I think I caught them at like $5 a share at the time. Okay, Google, how much is Blink stock?
The price right now for the car charging group stock is $6.83, down 2.08% from last Friday.
So this is on the same price. Then they've gone up and come back now. Things happen. Things ain't too hard to bet, but that's the game. So, like that's really like the other way. Like that's really the way to invest. Start noticing what is already being used in your community, right? And your community revolves around a lot of different things. Where you go to, where you make deliveries at, where you pass by. This Blink station, I remember it was at one of my jobs, if I'm not mistaken. Right, and I remember just passing by it, and we were like, "What the hell is this?" And I saw the company, and I looked into it, and next you know, within 6 months, that company decided to go public. That almost looked like a woman that I knew. I thought she was out here making a Game Time commercial. I had to say, oh shit, Guan, brethren, Guan. I really thought that was some. I was trying to remember her name. I can't remember her name. Remember her husband though. Josh is her husband. I don't know why I'm forgetting her name though. Okay, you guys are ready to open? How much time we got left before we have to take a break? Let you guys know, yeah, we have one mandatory break. Comes in about 10 minutes. Do we have time to open back up the club and get everybody in here in the next 10 minutes? We don't, because you know what's coming up next, folks. It's the rooms that the football players like to chill in, right? We got some people for the mile high rooms, right? Yeah, those are for our aerial aces. You know, those. Then we also have room 112 opening up as well. Got a lot of people in room 112. A lot of people in room 112. Room 112 is usually the most popping room. It's the commonest room. Stop it. Room 112 used to be a little bit more exclusive, right? You used to have to have $150 on you, like to get into room 112. But you know, people have spoken. It was like, yo, we need a little bit more action, like the NFL, NBA, baseball, like with the, college, like they do with their playoffs. How you got to open it up some more, so you can make sure you guys get a little bit more action in there. We had to do that. There's a lot of people in room 112. But let you guys know, remember, none of these guys, to me, would be here unless they put up 150. Like, those are the guys that really gets into these rooms for me. Like, those are the guys that really, like that. Those are the guys that really get in here for me. Everybody else, But this week, right? But this week, it's Christmas. I'm not gonna complain, even though I just spent time complaining. Right? This week is Christmas, and I will make sure that we get everybody their love and give everybody their dues. But let's let you know that really, truly, and honestly, there would be only one person in the club if we had our all criteria. And I'm like, what's one person? Especially when we talk about running backs and wide receivers. Like one person, like, you got it. You have to. I had to open it up just a little bit. Like, I had to open it up just a little bit, just so we can make sure we get these guys in here. I didn't want to force them in here. You know, they deserve it. But 100 was way too low. Right? I guess that's what we had to figure out. 100 was way too low. I could have done 125, but we know how we all grew up, right? We grew up. God damn. Right? We grew up in an era, right, of Biggie Smalls, Puffy, Faith Evans, right? Like I know I'm not alone here. Right? I know I'm not alone here. Right? This is the kind of era that we grew up in. So if that's the case, then, you know, where the party at? Okay, let's open back up the club. I think it's about time. Let's open back up the club. Right. And let's get into our first room that we're gonna open back up. All right, as we open back up the club, is going to be. Wait a minute, that's not right. Okay, I knew I had something wrong here. I had to double check this fact. Let's get into our first room, right? let's get into the room that the quarterbacks like to chill in, right? Let's get into the mile high room. Hold on. Come back. What is that? We got the mile high room, folks. In the mile high room, we got one person, one quarterback that decided that we're gonna open up this room just for him. He's over here chilling, right? He's chilling. He's smoking his cigar. He's watching everybody else dance and do whatever they do while he has his little velvet lounge going on. You little head nods to people as they pass by. Not really bothering anybody, but his own vibe in his own way. If he ever step out of the velvet lounge, he'll be the life of the party. Or he's already the life of the party by doing nothing. We're talking about none other than the one and only Smoking Joe Burrow. He goes 40 for 52, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Got sacked twice, no fumbles. As he goes off for 375 yards. As he beats the New England Patriots. We got a couple of other quarterbacks. They tried to get into the club. Like some dude from Philly, he tried to get into the club, but they couldn't come up with the most important stat. Some other dude in, where is he at now? Some dude couldn't beat Carolina. He put up 355 as well. I don't know, I can't remember his name. I don't got it written down, to be honest. Like, I should have got Philly. I should have got, I even got one for the team that we don't talk about until their owner denounces racism, right? But, okay, I lost 1%. So, yeah, it don't matter. We do got another room that we're going to open up, right? We got another segment that we're going to open up, and that's going to be room. Oh, yeah. We got room 112 with a skilled players development. We have 4 running backs trying to get in this room. We have 4 running backs trying to get into the club. We only allow 3 of them in. Exclusive attack. I'm sorry, just because you got the dub, we gotta talk about you. I know what I said. We may end up taking a break in the middle of the segment. We'll see. We had Deontay Freeman, 21 carries, 165 yards, 1 touchdown, 38 yards was his longest run, 7.9 yards per carry. No fumbles as Deontay led his team to a victory over I lost it. Who did they play? Over Detroit. There we go. Then we had Chuba Hubbard. Right, rushed for 125 yards on 12 carries. No touchdown, 35 long. Averaging 10 points per carry. 10 yards per carry. As he helps his team get the win over Detroit as well. Damn, Carolina. You can see what you came out. I didn't watch it. I was surprised that Carolina even won this game. Who did I have winning this game? Did I pick Carolina or Detroit? Hold up. Let's take a look. I guarantee you I picked Detroit. If I know me, and I feel like I know me pretty well, Yeah, I definitely picked Detroit to win this game. And they got waxed. Let me see, I had Buffalo beating Chicago, they won. I had Cleveland beating New Orleans. I don't know about that. I gotta check these scores. I gotta check these outcomes. But hey, yo, I did not realize. Yo, we got 2 people from Carolina. We got teammates in the club. That's what's up. And there's also Cam Akers. Cam Akers from the LA Rams. He joins us right in his dub against the Denver Broncos. As he helped his team. Not only does he help his team. Remember, his whole team is already in here. Right, his team got in the 40 and over in the 40 and over portion. Right, so he's been in the club chilling. Now he's over here coming to room 112, checking out what's going on over here. As he helped as his team helped the Denver Broncos fire their head coach. He ran 118 yards on 23 attempts, 3 touchdowns. The longest run of the night was 21 yards on 5 yards per carry. And we had somebody else that tried to get into the club, but we had to turn them back because what's the easy way to say this? What was it? You're a loser. And we don't talk about losers in this segment. And that's what he gets for having Ryan Tannehill as a quarterback. Let's get the wide receivers in here, right? Let's continue the wide receivers in 112 with a skilled play as well. Let's go talk about it. Right? Barely making it into room 112 is everybody's favorite tight end, Travis Kelce with the Kansas City Chiefs, as he puts up 113 yards. Then after him, we have Evan Ingram, every Giants' most hated tight end. Right? As he drops 113 with the Jacksonville Jaguars, as they beat the New York Jets. Then we have everybody's second favorite tight end in George Kittles, as he got the San Francisco 49ers beat the Washington Border Closets, right? 6 receptions, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns, longest pass 30 yards, averaging 20 yards per catch. Then we'll have right, the top 3 performers when it came to the wide receivers for the evening. We still got time. We still got time. We got a little bit of time over this before we have to take a break. We got CeeDee Lamb, right? As he puts up 10 receptions, 120 yards, 12 per carry, 2 touchdowns, 36 was his longest. As he helps his team beat Philly. We got T. Higgins from Cincinnati, 8 receptions, 128 yards, 1 touchdown, 39 yards was his longest, averaging 16 yards per carry and per reception. And leading all receivers is Justin Jefferson from the Minnesota Vikings. 12 receptions, 133 yards, 1 touchdown. Longest reception was 25 yards. Somebody made a reception for 84 yards. But we don't talk about losing teams, right? Right? But he averaged 11 yards per carry, as he helped as Minnesota Vikings beat the New York Giants. Like I said, it was 3 other guys that made it into the list, but one team was missing there. One guy was missing his quarterback and still balled out. The other guy, he should have his head coach stop talking shit about they wanted it to be colder since his team hasn't won a game in December. And the other one, their head coach just got fired for how bad of the job that they've been doing, because it has to be the head coach's job on why they're not performing. This is the NFL, and this is the MyT. This is Club MyT, and it's boom, boom, boom. You've seen everybody that's been into the club. We're gonna take a little quick break. We're gonna take a little quick break because we have to be honest with you, because we're about to lose everybody on our podbean feed. And because we're about to lose everybody on our Podbean feed. We have to reset that feed every 2 hours. That's what a paid service. Let you guys know. That's what a paid service. With a paid service, you only get 3 hours of me too. Like yeah. I'm still making you guys pay for this by prescription. I'm joking. I am. Wait a minute. Where am I have a feed to go? I was about to say that I already have the new feed already for everybody in Podbean. That's generally how it goes, right? Is that I have to give Podbean a full blown reset. Right? But everybody listening on Podbean, there's already another feed already available for you guys. So if you go into the live section, you'll be able to see the feed for the call-in line to the MyT Sports Podcast. And if you guys forget the MyT Sports Podcast, we do accept call-ins. So we do have 2 ways that we have 3 ways that you can call into the podcast. If you have my personal number, you can call me on my personal line. I'm going to answer the phone calls. We'll answer the phone calls live here on air. If you call in through Instagram and also now Facebook, right? We will accept calls through there as well. So we will accept callers through all of our social media platforms, right? We also accept callers through our Podbean line as well. Don't forget, again, folks, if you would like to join the podcast, we do accept call-ins through all social media platforms that we have. So if you call them through Instagram, you call them through Facebook, you call them from Twitter. I don't know if you call them from Twitter. You call them from WhatsApp, you call them from my phone line. However you like to call into the podcast. And listen, you have my phone line, you have my phone number. Like, I'm not giving my phone number on here. But listen, yeah, it's easy to call in. Facebook, Instagram, all those guys. Or download the Podbean app, right? And if you download the Podbean app, then we have a call-in. We have a call-in feed already reserved for you guys. We see all you guys as you guys come in and you reserve seats to call into the podcast. So don't forget, guys. We make sure that we keep ways for you guys to always be able to join us and also be part of the show. Like we want you here, but you know me. Like I'll still sit here and talk to myself this whole entire time as if it was nothing. I do it. Listen, I do it whenever you guys are not recording. That whole conversation I was about to have with you guys about, I forgot what the hell that was about. Nah, it wasn't the LeBron James joint, or the NBA Jam joint. Was it the Brooklyn joint? I don't know. I can't remember anymore. But I know it was one of those things. Right. So as you guys can see, right, we had a lot of people join the club, right? We had a lot of people join to the club. You know what? My bad. Because I'm over here saying that we have to take a mandatory break, but I also haven't told you guys about our mandatory sponsor that we have to talk about, and that is Blue Chew. Blue Chew, don't know. Like, what is Blue Chew? Well, I'm glad you asked. Blue Chew. See that? Obviously, this is not how it came, but let me see. Chew and swallow 1 or 2 tablets, 30 to 40, 1 or 2? 30 to 45 minutes before sexual activity as needed. All right. So, I think you guys know what Blue Chew is. Oh. And it's technically a local prescriber. Wait a minute. You know what's crazy? The distribution center for this, I think I used to work for them. Or work in that same building. I used to work in pharmaceuticals back in the day. And this ad just looks hot. Yo, that'll be funny. If our old office, because they don't have that office anymore, because they sent everybody to start working from home. It'll be funny if and it will make sense that they will continue this to fill prescriptions out of it, and if that's where this is being filled from. That is funny. But let's get back into it. Blue Chew. What does Blue Chew, you guys say? Blue Chew happens to be a little blue. I know I went complete left field. But Blue Chew just happens to be a little blue pill that can get you back your throat. All you have to do is open up a pack and head straight to the sack. Just a few chews before you do. Right, it has the same. This has the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. So this is one opportunity that you just can't miss. For a very low cost, you will love how you come through like a boss, right? And she will, for a very low cost, you can beat it up like a boss, and she will love how you come through like a champ when you Blue Chew in advance. And if you use my promo code, right? You guys know I got a promo code for you guys. That way you can get your order. That way you can get your order for free. Yeah. Use my promo code of GSSS. You can get your first order of Blue Chew for free. The free. That is Golf Sierra 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 or however you want to remember it, right? Like basically, you're able to go Super Saiyan sex on here. GSSS. Go Super Saiyan sex. Yes. Right? As long as you have Blue Chew. And it is free. Like only thing you have to do is pay for your shipping and handling, which is only about $5, and you'll be able to get your order. And that's really just to make sure you take care of your postal workers, right? They're out there in this kind of temperature and delivering our packages all over the place. So let's make sure that we take care of them as well. With Blue Chew, there's really only two directions, right? You chew it and then you do it. How you do it is up to you. You want to do that? You want to do it like Lionel Richie? You're doing it, and you're doing it all night long. That's up to you. You want to do it like LL Cool J? You're doing it and doing it well. You know what I mean? You could be like that, but what you don't want to be is a munch. Ooh, fumble. Was that helmet to helmet? Is there a penalty on that? Personal foul, Chargers, number 3, Darwin James Jr. Okay, that answers that question. That answers that question. Brooklyn Nets are still up on the Cleveland Cavaliers, 116-107. Let them show this one more time. Let's see. We're going to get one more look at this. Yeah, he led with his head. Yeah, he probably going to get kicked out of the game. He fully led and launched with his head. Yeah, I wasn't even trying to leave with the shoulders. He ducked his head and went directly into him. Yeah, those are the games. Those are the plays that they're no longer allowing in the game. So he's about to be out of here. Ooh, look at Garland popping in Kyrie's. And look at Garland popping in TJ Warren's face. Look at Garland popping in everybody's face. Garland got a lot of freckles. Just notice that. Because I'm seeing it up this close. Blue Chew, you didn't do it. I think we got our Podbean feedback up already. I think those guys are good. Yep, they are. Okay, good. Good to have them back. Good to have you guys back whenever you guys are ready to start. Because a lot of times too, right? A lot of times they sit in there and they listen, but they don't hit the button to call in. And they don't realize that you have to hit that button to call in. If you don't do that, then I don't know. But if I see you come in through Podbean, I'm assuming that you're coming to call in and join the show. So I send everybody from Podbean an invite to come in and talk. That's what you guys know. But if I don't see you, right, then you still have to hit the call-in line when you come in there. There's a little button right there. There's a little button at the bottom. So let's get into more of this weekend, because the NFL, I'm not going to stay long with them. The NFL had a couple of games on as well. They had 3 games on, to be exact. Not even really going to talk about Saturday's games, to be honest with you. Right? Maybe. We'll see how I feel. Maybe Wednesday. We'll see how I feel. Only because the NFL is mad disrespectful. Understandably so, though. Right? You know what? Hold on. Hold that thought 1 second. What can I play for you guys really quick? Because you know what? It's time for another beer. This is why I need a free beer. This is why, and this is most, and everybody is surprised that I have not gotten one already. But this is why I need a fridge up here, because during the show and any other lazy moment of my life, I need to make sure that I'm able to just go grab a beer and not be too distracted. I see 3 minutes left. So let's start to cook a little. 109, 116 still. Let's see over here in Indy, the Chargers are still up by 7. It's 7-0. think. Actually, nope. Kick by Indy just made that 7-3. Is that Matt Ryan? I don't even know what Matt Ryan looks like. I don't think that's Matt Ryan. Right in Indy, or is he he's in Indy? I don't know. Guys, listen to this. We'll be back. This is Striving for Perfection. Peace in the pod. Money Sports Podcast. We out here. We out of here, but listen. Back before the first verse is over. Blue Chew, that little blue pill will give you back your throat. All you gotta do is open the pack, head straight to the side. Just a few chews before you do. All right, let's get back into it. Right, let's get back into the sports. I know you guys are like, oh damn, this dude. Oh yeah, let's continue. So the NFL had a couple of games on. Right? Now I'm seeing stuff for the Moon Pod Company. Sorry, Moon Pod Company. Like, they already got me with Love Sack. Right? Plus, I'm not feeling that. Because that's like a beanbag for old people. And old people don't even like beanbags like that. Sorry, you can't try to all of a sudden get the beanbag. Ooh, is that a charge from KD? Yes, it is. Cleveland's trying to rally back. Oh. Trae Young, number 2 in the league, with 9.9 assists per game. Yeah. Usman got there and got that charge. Unlike, what game was I watching? What game was that? It was a late charge in the game, but the team already had used their charge early in the game and couldn't challenge it, but Buddy was definitely moving and sliding in the position. I forget what game that was. All right, but let's continue to get into this NFL, right? And make sure we can wrap up the last hour of the show the way that we want. The NFL had a couple of games on Sunday, right? They had like 3 games on Sunday, right? Most of the games they had on Saturday. So we had a really good amount of football on over the weekend. Now, I'm gonna be saying something, and something else could apply here, right? Who knows exactly what their decision was, but let me stay here in this rant and tongue in cheek it for a second. NFL is mad disrespectful, B. Right? They really are mad disrespectful. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the last couple of years, I've felt offended because the NFL has. I forgot supposed to change that. Is it too late? Is it too late? Is it too late to put a filter? Is it too late? Right? So the NFL over the last couple of years has decided to have football, and I'm not football, right? But say they have football on Christmas Day, and I'm like, oh, it's going to call it the Christmas Classic. The Christmas Classic. Shut up. I'm trying to make a new thing. Because for me, I want the NBA and the NBA only. And it's the NBA's day. For everybody they know, like for a lot of casual fans, it's the day that a lot of eyes start paying attention to the league, right? 30 games in, right? About 30, we're somewhere between like 30 and 35 games in for most teams. So this is when everybody really start paying attention to the NBA is around now. Well, I've been paying attention all year. That's not what we're talking about here. Actually, for half a second, more than half a second, Forgot what the hell I was talking about here. Let me take a sip of my beer. All right, so the NBA has had their games here. For I told you, when it comes time for Christmas, the number one thing I'm always looking forward to, because it become tradition, I get to watch 12 straight hours of NBA. Now, if the NFL wants to have games on Christmas, I don't appreciate this. This ain't your market. This ain't your window. Like, leave it alone. Also, I get it. Like, I do. I'm not completely oblivious. I get it. One, you just kind of had to, right? Well, let's start here. You're not very often gonna run into this scenario where Christmas lands on a Sunday. That's probably the number one thing, right? If Christmas was on a Tuesday, I don't think we see any. I don't think we see any NFL games. If Christmas is on a Wednesday, I don't think we see any NFL games. If Christmas is on a Friday, I don't think we see any NFL games. Oh, is that somebody's fifth foul? Is that? Let me see. Kevin Durant is guarding Garland. They call Kevin Durant for the blocking foul on the perimeter. Let's see here. Okay, Garland is hurting his quad, but even more importantly, as the hip quad that he took, looked like Kevin Durant may have picked up his. Yep, Kevin Durant fouled out, 32 points. Okay, there we go. And the only reason I figured that he may have fouled out, I saw a lot of people starting to wave at him. I saw people starting to give him the wave, but the hey, hi, hello, how you doing? Sweet, yes, baby, I'm about to get into him. So hold on, let me hit you with the high part of the hello, how you doing? Hello, how you doing? How you doing? Out of mercy. Okay. Let's get back into it. Let's see. So this is a close game. Kevin Durant fouls out with just about 2 minutes left into the game. Brooklyn is up 121-113 over Cleveland. Both teams are in the bonus. And I can't tell if anybody has any timeouts left. It looks like Claxton and Donovan Mitchell may have got tied up for the jump ball scenario. Donovan Mitchell going up for the... Oh, yeah, that's definitely a jump ball. Donovan Mitchell was going strong to the lane on a layup. Claxton caught him. Caught him on the challenge. Didn't block the ball, but got two hands on the ball, and now we have a jump ball right under Cleveland's basket. Let's see. Obviously, Claxton should win this jump ball. Let's see if Donovan Mitchell even tries. He does. Claxton actually gets the ball back, gets it over to Kyrie, and they bring the ball back up. 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go. Brooklyn up by 8. Let's see what we have going on over here in football. I don't think this is halftime. This may have just happened real time, where Keenan Allen may have just scored a touchdown on a 3rd and 1 play from the 45-yard line. Holy smokes, what is happening here? Cleveland just scored. That game is 121-115. Yep, it was on a little flea flicker. They catching him on the back. Oh, yeah, he dove for the ball. Keenan Allen tiptoes out loud. He loses number 33. As he dives for the ball. Nope. Oh, got him. You're out of here. Tiptoes the line. Safety can't catch up in time. And we're talking about touchdown. And, oh, yeah, sing-song time. Let me do my dance. I'm going to do my dance. I'm going to do my dance. I'm going to do it. Charges should be up now 13-3, unless it's a penalty or he stepped out of bounds somewhere. Did something happen? Is this called back? He now is exhausted. I let they call back. Something happened. 1st and 10 from the 20. So he stepped. So it looked like he may have stepped out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Okay. All right. Let's continue. As we're talking NFL, right? The NFL, NFL. Like I'm not a big fan of it, but I get it. Like not often. Like, are you gonna catch NFL on those days? And like I said, if this was Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, you probably don't have any games on. We saw what happened last year, right? When football fell on a Saturday. Right now we see what happened this year. And mind you, as I'm talking shit about them trying to invade in the NBA territory, if they wanted to, the NFL could have had a full slate of NFL games on Sunday, and really have challenged the NBA. Like really have challenged the NBA. But let me see who they had to compete with. They wouldn't have gotten anything on ESPN or ABC. They use NBC and CBS anyway. They would have been Gucci. Games on NFL Network, games on ABC, games on CBS like they normally do. If ESPN is going to be showing back, you allow Amazon Plus to go get on it. That's right. And I think if I heard properly, if I remember seeing, I think somebody sent this to me. You can now get the NFL ticket or YouTube TV on the NFL ticket or something like that, or YouTube on the NFL ticket. So, oh yeah. Folks, we coming to the last seconds of this play, the last minute of this play. 41 seconds left. Kyrie Irving is dribbling the ball up, and look like as he's trying to dribble the ball up, he gets ridden out of bounds by Usman, and that's going to be a foul. That's smart play by Kyrie. Because what he did there is where he just kind of took contact and allowed that contact to allow him to fall out of bounds. Like, not really being pushed, but realizing that his dribble was being embedded, and like one more, if he allowed us to keep going, he wasn't going to be able to get around him. It would have been a hard dribble to the lane. I said Kyrie couldn't do it, but it was a whole lot easier to get the contact, act like he pushed you, and go ahead and go to the line. He goes to the line for 2 there in the penalties. Okay, both teams have 1 timeout left. I do see it now. Let's see now. So that's Kyrie Irving is on the line. He already hit his first free throw. Scores now 122, 117. Puts the second one in and pushes Brooklyn lead back to 6-point lead and a 2-possession game. There's only 41 seconds left to go, and both teams are in a full. Cleveland was in a full court press. Oh, Claxton with the block at the rim against Garland, and Kyrie with the ball in his hand, doing tricks. Oopsie doo. Skip to my lady. Round the clock. Pumpkin pie. Folks, and Cleveland comes away and they foul, and they put him on the line. Or did they call a timeout? I don't know if they follow a timeout. I don't see the little blinky thing happening. So I don't know. Brooklyn called the timeout. Okay, Brooklyn called the timeout. And Cleveland's coach is upset about that block on the other end. Let's see, this is probably going to end up replaying here. Nope. Let's Kevin Durant shooting. They end up showing up of Kyrie Irving shooting. Let's see, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant both put up 32 points tonight. Kevin Durant on 10 for 18 shooting. Kyrie Irving on 11 for 19 shooting. That's basically the same damn thing. Right? 5 3-pointers for Kevin Durant on 8 attempts and 7 for Kyrie Irving on 11 attempts. Both have 5 assists. Kevin Durant comes with 9 rebounds and Kyrie Irving comes with 4. Remember we also mentioned that Kevin Durant was also fouled out of this game with just about 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. So this has also been Brooklyn also trying to maintain and hold on to this lead. Let's continue to roll up and roll out. Okay. So yeah. So if NFL wanted to, at any point in time, they could have really just had a full slate of games on today, right? Or on yesterday during Christmas, and really tested to see what their ratings could be and how much ratings they could have taken away from basketball if they really wanted to. But a couple of things happened there. They were kind, you can say, right, to their players and to the NBA, right? Respectful to their players and to the NBA. All the games is on Saturday. Majority of games, except for 3. 1 o'clock game, 1 4 o'clock game, 1 8 o'clock game, right? Oh shit! Keenan Allen just caught a. Is that Keenan Allen? I don't know who's that. Number 30 just caught an elbow. Just caught a knee to the head by Buckner. As he was trying to get up, he kind of slipped and caught him with a knee to the helmet. Let's see here. This is on 4th and something. Did I turn over on downs? Nope. Third, it's 4th and goal now. That was on 3rd down. They got gobbled up. So the NFL was kind of respectful to 2 parties. Their players into the NBA. They allowed basically majority of their players to have off for Christmas. So while they all played the day before Christmas, and it's probably going to be sore as shit the next day, at least they had the opportunity to spend time with their family. And also, they didn't go up and compete against the NBA, where if the NFL are the gods of sports or the king of sports in America as they claim to be, right? That one day may have been the day to prove it. You know what I mean? But also, but they also helped themselves in a way where they had that one game on in each time slot, and we can see what the stats were for those 1 games. I'm gonna tell you this: I didn't really catch any of those games. I'm trying to think. See, the Chargers come away with a field goal. Yep. Score is now 10-3 going into halftime. We have about 20 minutes left to go on the podcast as well. Let's see here. 20 minutes, yeah. 30 minutes left to go. 30, you have 30 minutes to go. So we Gucci. We got plenty of time to get everything in. So as I'm riffing on that, I'm telling you, yo, I don't appreciate this. I didn't. I really don't. But I get it. And you can't just pass up on a money day, right? Like you normally do Sundays anyway. That's the crazy thing about it. Sundays normally so while it was Christmas Day, it was also Sunday, and Sunday is normally the NFL day. What do they do? Nah, go ahead NBA, you have that. My players, nah, we'll play on Saturday. Like it's perfect. It's almost like a perfect excuse to have the majority of your games on Saturday, right? In a weird way, right? Like to look at this in all angles and not just be right, and not just jokingly stay on one end, right? But somebody trying to get a Kyrie Irving thing. Let's see here. In 3 seasons. Steve Nash hired September 20, whatever. Kyrie Irving not playing. Kyrie Irving not playing. James Harden traded. Ben Simmons not playing. See, I'm glad they said that. This is on NBA TV though. I need that caption. The conversation they're having right now to happen the next time Brooklyn has national television. Because whatever conversation I think that they're having by showing the last 2 sets of captions that they just played, right, in the last, what was it, the last 15 seconds of this Brooklyn and Cleveland game, where Brooklyn comes ahead 125-117, being led by their 2 stars, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, who have both had 32 points apiece. We had Warren add with 23 points and 9 for 14 shooting. Ooh, Darius Garland dropped 46 points, 14 for 20. Donovan Mitchell 5 for 16. Only had like 20 points, 16 points. Sorry, that's a struggle. Yeah, he's gonna have to show up in those games as well. When they play teams like Brooklyn and them, they're gonna have to, right? They're gonna have to make sure that they show up. Both of them show up at the same time, because that's not happening, and that don't happen in the playoffs, and they're not going to get any further than possibly the second round. They may be able to squeak out the first round. That's depending on who they play. Because if they get matched, let me see, who are they matched up with early? Or who are they supposed to be matched up with early? Because if it's looking like the Knicks, right? If they're sitting in third, let me see, where is Cleveland? Where are my standings? Right? If they're sitting in third by any chance, all right, then they are going to run the risk of losing. They could even lose to the New York Knicks. And yeah, you don't want that. Like if you're Cleveland, you don't want. Now, listen, as far as the show is concerned, like we want that because then the whole entire time this is happening, then Chill, Will, and myself are gonna be beefing with each other, and we're gonna be talking all kinds. I might even put a bet on there. Like, and you guys know I don't even like to gamble, but let Cleveland and the Knicks play each other in the first round. And I'm telling you right now that when I'm all over, but no, right now if it stands, it's Brooklyn and Cleveland. New York Knicks stay in the sixth spot. Ooh. But that means Cleveland will be playing a team like Atlanta. Nope, I'm lying. They'll be playing Philly. Yeah, they're losing to Philly if only one of your stars is showing up every night. So they're gonna have to get better. But good thing for them. Like we still have 50 games almost left in the season, right? It's about 50 games, almost approximately, a little under for most teams. But on an average, about 50 games left in the season, they have plenty of time to keep on getting this right. Because most teams sitting like, I don't know, like 30, 31, 32, 33 games. Right? Yeah. So again, yeah, like, so all jokes aside, I see people joining in through the calling line. Let's see who's trying to join the podcast. So yeah, like I said, I get it. Like I'm not a fan of it, but I get it. Like I mean, NFL can't pass this day, but I was saying like this is normally would have been their day anyway. Like Sunday is normally NFL's day anyway. So the fact that they conceded and they were like, okay, you know what? I can give my players off today, and then we're gonna let the NBA have this as well. Not fully disrespectful. I just don't like seeing football on Christmas. Like it just throws me off. I feel like the NFL is trying to intrude on their is trying to intrude on the NBA space. I see you guys on the podbean corner line. I see you, Josie. I see you, Sam. Welcome to the podcast. If you guys are trying to call in, the phone lines are open. Now, we actually have a Monday night game today. Actually, we got a game going on right now, right? Because I'm talking about their utter disrespect. I know. Let me not be disrespectful. We had Green Bay, Miami, and I was happy about that outcome. I live in South Florida, right? I'm a Jets fan, right? I'm a full blown. Obviously, full-blown Jets fan. And then, okay, so there's also the cut into this Detroit and Clippers game. 20 seconds left. Clippers have the ball. Clippers are down 126-128. Paul George has the ball. Gets inside the lane. Passes it back out. Doesn't get the shot that he wants. 10 seconds left. Paul George looks like he wants to take a three. They get him for a two. They get that shot. And by somebody not named Paul George, this game is tied with 4.9 seconds left. I don't know everybody for the Clippers Nation. And I don't know who the hell has dreads for their team. And Detroit takes a 3-point shot and it's missed. We're going into overtime. Final score at the end of regulation, right? 128. We'll get 5 extra minutes to determine the winner. Excuse me. Guys, we're talking about it. So, Green Bay takes on Miami, right? It come down to Miami and takes on Miami. And it's funny, right? It's real funny. What we was doing our picks on Friday. If you guys remember Friday's podcast, go back and listen. If you remember Friday's podcast, I was thinking about if I should pick Miami or not. And I know I picked Green Bay. Let me go back to my picks. If you guys recall, what the hell is that? Right, if you guys recall, I was just about to pick. I was going Green Bay initially, thinking that Miami had to go travel to Green Bay. And then I was like, no, wait a minute. I think I got friends going to this game. So, and I know they're not traveling to Green Bay. I was like, oh, wait a minute. This game is probably down here. And for a moment, I was thinking, you know what? Miami may win this game. Because they're coming down. Green Bay is going to travel. They have to come down here. It's going to be a little bit better for them. Granted, it's going to be great temperature for Green Bay Packers. But, you know, then I was like, wait a minute. No. That's not right. It's been cold down here. Oh, my God, you should have felt the temperature down here. Even by Florida standards. I remember on Friday, it started to feel kind of chilly Friday night. Right? It was kind of cuddle weather Friday night. Right? And definitely was full-blown cuddle weather by Saturday. I want a cheeseburger now from Checkers or Sonic's. $2 Craves curve size. Yeah, I want a Sonic's burger. Damn it. I know I got food downstairs. So I'm doing this podcast. I'm about to go fuck up the club. You know, Club Kitchen. Yeah, I'm fucking that shit up. So let's continue. To roll up and roll out. Excuse me. Mike. Okay, so a couple of news. Mike White cleared by doctors to play Sunday. As we already told you, the Denver Broncos, they fired their head coach. We've kind of alluded around it. They fired their head coach, Nathaniel Hackett. And what? Tua's in concussion protocol. Tua in concussion protocol. This is how much I didn't watch these games. But I do know that Green Bay ended up winning that game, but with 2 field goals at the end of the game. I didn't realize that Tua, let me see. NFL suspends 2 for post-game confrontation. Linebacker, Randy, somebody. Usher will appeal for 1 game suspension. Okay. I didn't know. Holy crap. I'm telling you right now. So tomorrow, I will be watching that Miami and Green Bay game all over again. That's, obviously, I'm in South Florida. I have to. Right, to make sure Wednesday's podcast. Tua got a tongue twister. And this is going to be the thing about Tua. See, we were cautious about this. And they said this the second time he's got a concussion. I think this is maybe the 4th time he's had a concussion this season. To be honest with you. I thought he had a concussion before he had the first concussion that he wasn't taken out for. I thought that was his second concussion. So honestly, this is in my eyes, this is Tua's 4th concussion this season. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be real interesting. Green Bay took on Miami and they beat them. It's funny, I'm talking about them right now, 26-28. Or 26 and they beat them 26-20. This game was a close game for the majority part of the game. 4th quarter, Green Bay ended up getting 2 clutch. It's funny how they can slow-mo a Ja Morant dunk that starts off looking incredible and don't even have to finish the dunk. Or show the dunk go in. And Ja Morant is probably the only guy that you can do that with. Even though they show him dunking. But they started off with him and done. Like, yo, if they would have just shown him leaping up in the air over 5 people, we didn't have to finish it because we know that he was going to finish or he's not. But that's John Morant. Let's continue on. So Green Bay Packers end up going coming out to Miami. He ended up beating Miami. And again, I didn't think Miami was going to win. I thought the temperature was going to be a little bit too cold. They've had a miserable time on their road trip recently, right? Losing in San Fran, losing in LA. Right? And then they finally come home and it's 46 degrees. And trust me, 46 degrees is 46 degrees anywhere that you're at. It doesn't matter if you're in Florida. It doesn't matter if you're in Miami Gardens, Florida, right? Or if you're in Chicago, Illinois. It doesn't matter. 46 degrees is 46 degrees. You may have little things that make sleep, but 46 degrees, still 46 degrees. It's still cold, is what I'm trying to tell you. And based off how that Dolphins arena is built, I was also curious to see how the sun hitting them was going to be, because we all know that generally the sun is normally received by the away player in this, like on their stadium. It's designed where the home team gets shade over them, and the away team is always in the sun. That's the reason why they have such an advantage in the hotter months, because they're also able to exhaust teams by stadium design and not play design. But nonetheless, so I was like that. So when everybody's kind of still feeling kind of cold, if they have the direct sunlight, for the opposing team and you don't, then that cold is going to feel a little bit colder, and then it's drizzling, right? That's going to make it feel a little bit colder. So I was like, nah, Miami's not going to win. This is going to be, this is going to be too cold for them. And it's going to be too cold. And most people are not even used to this cold. Listen, I told you guys, it took about, what year is this, 2022? It's taken a full 15 years. A full 15 years for my body to finally get acclimated to Florida, where I'm like, yo, I'm cold. Yo, we could put the heat on 70? Like, 69 or something. And even still, like, I still need to, like, crack my window open for like 20 minutes, let some cool air flow through it. I can never breathe in all hot air right now. I'm not always gonna crack my window, let some air flow out, let some of that cool air flow in, let some of that hot air flow out. I don't care if I get cold all over again. Like, I need to be able to breathe. Clippers and Detroit. Clippers are currently up 138-131 with just under 2 minutes left to go in overtime. The Pistons miss a 3-pointer. The balls are back in Paul George's hands as he works his defender. That's Alex Burke right now, former New York Knicks. I don't see Kawhi Leonard on the court. So it's safe to say that Kawhi Leonard, wait, hold on, I was looking at the wrong people. Yeah, safe to say Kawhi Leonard may be load management again. I load managed in November. I remember that. December 1st was amazing. Oh, man. Now, this is actually, as a Jets fan, right, from a full-blown Jets perspective, this, right, trail of events that has plagued the Miami Dolphins, we're happy for. Like I don't care how it sounds, I'm happy for it. But not the injury part. I didn't know about the injury part. I was happy. But fuck it, I'll take that shit too. Injuries happen, right? But even more so, was the fact that while the Jets have been struggling and have now lost their third or fourth, what was it? They were 7-3 down there, 7-4. Wait, what's the Jets record now? Are they 7-8 now? Nah, they're not 7-8 now. Like, they probably are 7-8. I'm just in denial. Yep. So the Jets are 7-8. So they've lost their last 5 games? What do you mean 5-game losing streak? 4-game losing streak. Were we 7-4? I could have swore we went into the bye 7-3. Okay. I really thought we went into the bye 7-3. So, but the Jets are on a 4-game losing streak, right? Last 5 games, they're 1-4. Fortunately for them, very fortunately for them, right? The only team in the division that's in a winning streak is the Buffalo Bills. The New England Patriots, right, with their record of 7-8, they're on a 2-game losing streak. The Dolphins, right? The New York Jets' biggest adversary, right? 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 I mean, because, yeah, you have to see it. They've also lost their last 4 games. New England Patriots, the New York Jets, and the Miami Dolphins in their last 5 games are all 1-5. So that race amongst them hasn't changed, which in a weird way still makes it seem like they still have playoff hopes, but they kind of do. Now, the only thing about what's been happening with them, nope, that's not a foul. That's not a foul. Kyrie Irving jumped into his landing space. After review. Okay, he said the defender moved into their right after he something. It's going to be an and 1. Okay. So I saw that. He moved into his space right after. No, I saw that too. So that's the first thing I saw. Okay, so they just peeked into the, as it looked like the Detroit and Indiana game just wrapped up, right? With not Indiana, but Clippers and Detroit game just wrapped up. The Clippers beat Detroit in overtime. Yeah. 142-131. They peeked into the Miami and Minnesota game. Anthony Edwards, this game is close too with 29.3 seconds left to go as well. Let's see. Minnesota is up 110. Is that 110 or 116? Minnesota's down 110 to 113. Anthony Edwards is going up, right, to make the shot to put in a little runner. And Kyrie Irving, Kyrie Irving does, puts his body on the line, but he goes to take the charge. But Kyrie Irving got into his landing space. And he got underneath him as he was coming down. He wasn't there before he jumped. Like before he even took off while he was still running. Like he waited until he jumped and he slid into the spot that he was gonna land at, and then took the charge. And they were like, nah, that's a foul on Kyrie Irving. Now, unfortunately, I don't think Anthony Edwards was able to capitalize on that. Free throw. So the game still remains 110-113. Miami airballs a 3-point shot, right? There's an airball. It comes off the rim. Comes off the backboard only. Doesn't hit any rim. Minnesota's bringing the ball up. Coach calls a timeout. Let's see, we have 2 seconds left in the game. Minnesota 110. Miami 113. Let's see how this game goes. Yeah, Martin take that shot. Yeah, Martin just hit the backboard. So we got about 10 minutes into the podcast. So luckily for the Jets, right, that everybody else around them, especially in the division, has also lost games. So we haven't lost a lot of ground per se in the division, but we're losing ground in conference. And that's probably the part that matters. Right, it's going to be how we're going to look in the conference, as Pittsburgh is also sitting there, the record of 7-8. Then we also have Tennessee Titans with a record of 7-8, and then you have the Los Angeles Chargers at 8-6, and in the Las Vegas Raiders with a record of 6-9. So you have all those teams kind of in the hunt as well. And out of all the teams in the division, Miami Dolphins have the best record out of all of them, while the Jets and the Patriots sit with a record of 7-8. The Dolphins have a record of 8-7. Now, listen. One of the things I've asked for. Yeah, that's what happens when I talk about the Dolphins. So don't know what just happened, but look like they may have missed. Look like Minnesota may have missed their shot. Miami comes on moves on to win 113 to 110. Leading scorer for both teams, Anthony Edwards, 29 points, 11 for 16 shooting, on 6 rebounds and 7 assists. And Strauss was the leading scorer for Miami on 7 for 12 shooting. Yeah, that don't work. But hey, they won. So I wonder where Bam was and where Jimmy Butler was. 'Cause I didn't see their name anywhere on the top 5 scorers for the Miami Heat. And I really doubt if both of them are playing that they're not one of the top 5 scorers on that team. So I'm going to assume that they weren't playing in this game. That's probably why this game was so close for so long. Who knows? I'm not going to make any assumptions like that. That's why it was so close. Because Minnesota has enough talent to give you a good run for your money, even though they may not win all the time. Well, nobody wins all the time, but when at a consistent enough pace that talks about that reflects their talent level. So Minnesota right now, what are they? Yeah, they're 10th right now. After they just made that signing to get the Stifle Tower. No, is that yeah? And they have Karl Anthony Towns, and you have Anthony Edwards, and you have D'Angelo Russell. Telling you, the era of holding LeBron James and Kevin Durant accountable is over. Well, LeBron. Kevin Durant still has a few more years, but it's basically done for him. The shift is coming. Pick your sides now. Pick your favorites now. Pick the guys you don't like now. And it's coming pretty soon. These guys are going to start being held to proper standards. You can't have teams like Minnesota with all that talent that they have there and they not win. Karl Anthony Towns, he can't get a pass anymore. Anthony Edwards is going to start being held accountable pretty soon, just because he's surrounded by Karl Anthony Towns, Stifle Tower, and D'Angelo Russell. Man, I hope Anthony Edwards is one of those big market guys. I really do, man. I want one of these guys to be one of those, like, I can't play here. Man, fuck this. Put me somewhere with a challenge. I want to go to New York. That's what they need. That's what the Knicks really need. They need Anthony Edwards. They need a guy like him. If R.J. Barrett was Anthony Edwards, the Knicks would be a much better team. If R.J. Barrett was Anthony Edwards, this team probably would have attracted another star already. Just saying. So we got Green Bay. They improved to 7-8 when they were almost out of all conversation with a very slim chance. And since then they just keep winning games and giving themselves that little bit of chance, a little bit of hope to continue to stay in the hunt. Miami Dolphins are also in the hunt as well, but with every losing game, they take themselves further and further out of it. Also played was the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Rams in LA. Denver Broncos lost that game 14-51. The Broncos fall to 5-11, as the LA Rams are 5-10. Sorry, 4-11 as the Rams are now 5-10. And can I tell you? This game ended up being 14-51. And this is the first reason why, a part of the reason why they just fired their head coach. Why sometime in the afternoon today, Nathaniel Hackett is getting his walking papers. And this is the first of things to happen. Russell Wilson may go through a whole nother coach. And I'm going to tell you why. Russell Wilson has been hyped up for way too long. Talked up for way too long. For it to make it seem like, oh, okay, this is just a complete bust. He's going to get fully next year. Right? Hopefully he works in the offseason. He works on chemistry. He builds some kind of bond with his offensive unit. because he needs to bond with his team. He needs to demolish his office in the arena, in the stadium that he has. Because he's the only player with an office in the goddamn arena, and people don't know if he's management or a player. So you've isolated yourself basically from both groups. You just another guy in a uniform to both sides. So they lose this game 51-14. Nathaniel Hackett gets fired. And I don't blame them because I can understand their logic. Part of the logic is probably saying, well, if we had a better coach, we could get what we need to get out of Russ. Because look what Pete Carroll got out of him. But that's Pete Carroll. That's like comparing coaches to Andy Reid or Bill Belichick. Right? I'm sorry, these guys are just special in different ways. They get things out of players that most people don't. So now they're going to be on that coaching search to see who can help Russ the best while in Denver to win games. And listen, don't be surprised if it's a former player. We've seen what's happened recently in Indiana and Detroit. Even with the LA Lakers. Don't be surprised if this is a former player. And we're wondering, how did this player get this coaching job? Well, because he played. They got to find a way. Listen, if Richard Sherman is coaching this year, I'll be. But who knows? Peyton Manning? Who knows? You know, Shannon ain't coming back to coach. You know, Deion ain't coaching. Well, he's real close to Denver, though. Whoa. Nah, Deion Sanders can't coach Colorado State 1 year and turn around the next year and be, because he's so close, coach to Denver, not the Denver Broncos. That can't happen. That's impossible. To coach Russell Wilson and motivate the rest of that team? Oh my God. Nah, that can't happen. That's impossible. I am in fantasy land. And I really wasn't in fantasy land when I almost thought Arizona can beat Tampa Bay. And it was close. It took Tampa Bay with only a field goal to be able to beat them with a Kyle I should have played baseball Murray-less team. Tampa Bay will probably make it into the playoffs. They probably will. Where are they at? They'll probably end up making it to the playoffs by winning their division. I got 1 minute left. I don't know if Carolina or that's so crazy. Every team in that division is still in the playoff hunt. Because whoever wins that division wins the actually no, wait, there's only one game left. I'm tripping. Wait, we're at 15 games, we're gonna be at 16 now. We got 2 weeks left. I think every team may still be in it. If Tampa Bay loses 2 and Atlanta wins their next 2, and Carolina loses their next 2, then Carolina and New Orleans, right? That'll leave them at 6. Tampa Bay and Atlanta will be tied. And I don't know what the division. Let me see. That make their division records. That division records may get them. Conference records definitely gonna get them. Yeah, it's gonna take like Carolina or New Orleans winning their next 2 games, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers losing their next 2 games for Carolina or New Orleans to win their division. We're gonna wrap up here on the MyT Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Donald Tomas Taylor. Listen, don't forget both hands. Listen, we out of here. I don't got no grand speech for you guys today. Just Merry Christmas. Continue to stay in the holiday spirit and continue to get your hoe on. get in here. Oh man, that's funny. Oh shit, I'm wrapping up too. Chill, but where you at? Oh man, Will's not on here. Oh shit, that's funny. This is all bonus material. This is, it's been a whole podcast too. I've been shitting on teams left and right. So what happens when I talk about certain teams? Like when I talk about Tom Brady, it happens. When I talk about New England, it happens. When I talk about Miami teams, it happens. Like, it just happens. And when I talk about Reggie Miller, it happens. You know who's also still? You know what? I'm gonna save that one for Wednesday. I'm not gonna give you guys that on bonus. Like, but I have another guy that I can't hear. Because for those that know me, I can't listen to Reggie Miller, right? Or for those that don't know me, and I listen to the podcast. This is all bonus material anyway. So podbean people, Instagram people, right? This is all bonus material. For those that know me and know the podcast, I don't like Reggie Miller, and I can't listen to him commentate games, any games. Definitely not Knicks games. I can't. I refuse to. I can't do it. It's beyond me. There's another guy that's getting up there. There's another guy that's getting up there where I can't hear him. I think I can listen to him call games. I can't hear him call Knicks games. If he's just somebody else, I'm going to have to start muting. But he's starting to get on my goddamn nerves. I'm going to leave you guys with that. I got no more bonus material for that for you guys. Thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to follow. Right, and not just on Podbean or wherever you're listening at. If you see the link tree, right, there's a link in the bio to Linktree, and if you see that Linktree link, if you click on that, you'll also get a link to everything else that we have. That's MyT. So whether that's Facebook, Instagram, whether that's Twitter, whether that's Twitch, whether that's YouTube, whether that's Pandora or Spotify, whether that's Google Play or anywhere else you may listen to podcasts, you'll see a link for all of those in there as well. Right? Thank you guys for listening again. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Damn, it sucks that I got to go back to work tomorrow, but you know what? This is a 3-day week. I'm gonna have some fun with this. I'm gonna hit up Shorty, see how she's doing. I may end up going out for tonight. I'm not used to being off of the podcast this early. I like how this feels. We out of here.